What the fuck are these guys doing?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. It's a crazy weekend here at the channel. We got Smackdown. We got Rampage. We have Money in the Bank tomorrow. We got NXT Heatwave. We got so much coming your way. And we've got, in with the WWE peeps. So there's lots to talk about, lots to get into. So strap on, strap in, grab your snacks, grab your feel good. And welcome to the Wrestling for Life Network. Let's go! Ding, we're live and back at it, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. We are the channel that just watches more live wrestling than anybody else out there. We are the channel that got featured in the WWE documentary. We're pretty happy about it. But so much to talk about, so much to get into. 2 pay-per-views, plus more coming our way with Slammiversary and All Out, and All In, and all the stuff. It's going to be a crazy summer. And we are off and rolling live from beautiful Toronto, Ontario, Canada tonight. SmackDown's got a lot of questions to answer. We will find out what the fallout of all the Paul Heyman stuff is. We will find out what it's going to look like going into Money in the Bank. But me and that pretty face have you for the next few hours. So get in that chat, click all the buttons, and I will remind you, I am Mr. Every Night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. That is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight, KJ White. I am Big Nick. And yes, my guy, now that you are back, and I want to just remind everybody of what happened last week with Paul Heyman getting taken out. Line that you're not my tribal chief because we haven't been able to talk about this, really, my guy.
No, it's insane. And again, we joke about this where like people are like, you do the streaming as much as we do it, and it's like, oh, it's not ego driven. It's nothing when you miss out on it. It's literally the content. So like I go on my little vacay, and of course, this is the week where I've been like waiting for this moment where they take their energy out on Paul Heyman, and sure enough, the Friday I'm not here, it all happened. And that's where
you're not my tribal chief. They made Paul Heyman a babyface. The Christ, it's up there with Stalin and Satan. Would have been the next 2 other people that would have been harder to make Paul Heyman a babyface, I feel.
Right. No, he's been unbelievable. We do go back to when last time Roman was away and he was turning gray and there was issues and Jimmy was trying to jump the shark a bit. And you saw this decrepit, broken down Paul. But not on this level. And we knew that Paul wasn't going to jive with this group.
Mm-hmm.
And again, for some people out there, very much of like this, I don't like it. That this storyline has been second to none. Every time you think that the Bloodline story is over, you're tired of it, we flip another page. And what we got last Friday was cinematic, period. Undeniable. If you watch that whole thing play out and you're like, that was shit, then maybe you're just not a wrestler. Maybe you're just like watching furniture get broken. But I don't know what it is that you're watching for, because to me, that was masterpiece. Perfect.
It was 100%, yeah, and especially for it to be Paul Heyman, a kid who used to sneak into MSG to take photos and get backstage and talk to wrestlers and everything, to have the biggest pop of the night, of probably one of the biggest pops of his career, happened in MSG. Yeah, I think it was just phenomenal. And they've broken down every layer of this whole bloodline. There's no more Roman right now. There's now no more Paul. There's no Jimmy. There's no Jay. It's all gone away except for Solo. And it's still carrying on, if not just as good, if potentially better.
Well, Nick, you think about it like this. When we talk about it being cinematic, or you talk about storytelling in anything, the stuff that we love, like you and I are, we're the nerdy guys. We get into our nerd.
I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
I know I took mine off, but we get into that fandom of things, and anything that we love. That's how this story plays out. Is the good guys are doing well, life is peachy, they're all happy. Then a villain shows up. Then the villain takes over. Then the good guys disappear. Optimus Prime gets destroyed or Iron Man goes missing. Like, there's always something, and then they all come back together. And that's exactly what we're watching play out with this. It is, to me, there's nothing like it. And honestly, there's a fair argument that this might be the best part of the Bloodline saga that we've had over the last 4 years. The fact now that you're bringing in new members and you got guys like Jacob Fatu in the mix, and how is he going to jive with everybody? And Tama Tonga and Tonga Low, we don't know much about them, but we get this whole, that's the future. That's the next generation of talent. When Roman is, sipping a Mai Tai on the island of relevancy because he's decided to walk away and he's accomplished enough, this is those Samoans that are going to be still around. These are the guys that are going to be in the main event picture. Jacob Fatu, there's no reason why he will not be a world champion at some point.
Oh, absolutely. This is now the Samoan cinematic universe. We're in phase 2 of this. I know Heyman, WrestleMania 39, we're on chapter 2 of the Bloodline storyline. I feel like we're just in phase 2 here because we're about to get Samoan Civil War at some point here. And like you said, you've got a whole new crop of talent that's going to be the next great Samoan wrestlers that are going on in WWE and have huge runs outside of this story. But right now, this is fantastic because you've got, like you said, a guy like Jacob Fatu involved in this. You've got all these different avenues, and we've been guessing on everything this whole time. There's been nothing that's been easily foretold, easily predictable. It constantly keeps you on the edge of your toes.
Mm-hmm. Well, a perfect example is Tama Tonga shows up, and even go back to my reaction of Tama showing up, it's Jacob, it's Jacob. No, wait, that's Tama. Like,
right,
that is the spin that we've been playing, and then people were getting impatient. Where's Jacob? Where's Jacob? Where's Jacob? Jacob walks through the door like an absolute beast, looks like a beast. His entrance is good. Like they instantly give him branding, whether people love it or hate it, doesn't matter. But he comes in, he takes out Cody Rhodes. Then he's pivotal in taking out Paul Heyman. He's the one that puts the necklace around Solo's neck. It is so compelling and so interesting that if you are truly a wrestling fan and you ignore whatever 3 letters are before the show you're watching, there's no way you can enjoy this.
And it's got so many little layers to it, so many little Easter eggs and everything, like with the lay being there. And when they did it shortly after, I don't think it was exactly intended, but for it to be right after Sika had passed. And the last time we saw that was Sika putting it on Roman Reigns. And I was on here saying that's sacrilegious, that's sacrificial to be out there doing that. Every little bit of this, and that we could still get Dwayne so involved in this at the back end here. Everything has these layers. And like you said with Jacob, he's the one that puts the lay on Solo. He's the one that's, I love you, I acknowledge you, my tribal chief. He's the one that's in the Roman Reigns spot when they do the shield powerbomb on Nepal. Yeah, there's a reason he was there.
Yeah, he's the wild card, the trump card. That's great as long as he's in your pocket. At some point, there probably will be an issue between Solo and Jacob, not anytime soon. But, eventually Jacob's going to, be uncontrollable. And then we know what Jacob brings to the table. The vibe of all this is great. You're excited. We're not even really, we're getting the 6-man tag, but again, a lot of questions. Could Rock be part of this? Jacob can't make it to Canada. Will Hikuleo show up? Tala Tonga, apparently. Again, questions upon questions upon. Now they're talking about the Keisha's 4th kid. Big old
I saw that. And who's going to be the new wise man? Or is Solo so pig-headed and everything that he's going to think that he doesn't need a wise man, and that's why we're in the situation we're in?
Yeah, I wonder if that's part of it. And then ultimately, like a typical villain, his downfall is his arrogance. Like, if only you had a wise man to
pride cometh before a fall.
Yeah, right? Very possible. And you got people out there saying, like, what if it's not a bloodline versus bloodline thing? What if it's the Paul Heyman guys versus the new bloodline? Highly unlikely. But what if?
Yeah, I don't think we hear dun 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 dun.
No. But again, very compelling. Folks, if you're tuning in right now, we appreciate you being here. We will get to the chat. We're not ignoring you. But as you can imagine, Nick and I haven't talked as much as we're used to in the last few days.
A little bit. It's been about a week, my guy.
But we will say hello to the chat. Keep it coming. I want to see triple digits in this chat tonight. Money in the Bank tomorrow. We want to blow it up. It's our first evening pay-per-view in 3, Nick.
That's incredible. That's impressive.
Right? And we're going on a Saturday night. Sorry, Collision.
Yeah, Saturday night. Well, then I'll bring up this real quick because also we haven't talked about this, the MJF heel turn that they're going to use to kick off Collision and to be kind of competitive. How do you feel about the MJF heel turn? It seemed slightly out of the blue. I think it's the best decision that they could do. But yeah.
Man, listen, Wednesday, when I got a chance peeking in at the show and hearing you and Anthony kind of react, and I so wanted to like even jump on from like in the airplane, just being like live from Air Canada.
Right.
But again, here's the issue. And I saw somebody, a very pro AEW person, who acts like they're negative against AEW, but then they can do the slightest thing and he forgives them. Very much talking about like the swerve match at Forbidden Door made Swerve. It didn't. Again, you have all these qualities, including MJF, and I'll get there. Sorry, I kind of went on a side.
You're good. Go ahead.
But you have all this talent in Swerve, Ospreay, MJF, and I feel like a lot of it's being fumbled. One, the heel turn for MJF is really hard because everybody loves him. He's our scumbag. So he is the guy that's going to kick you in the nuts, but the fans are still going to cheer for it. So the fact that he beats up Daniel Garcia, that is two. The second problem is Daniel Garcia is not an impact enough. The fact that MJF beat up Daniel Garcia, who gives a flying fuck? You want to make an impact? MJF takes a chair to the side of fucking Will Ospreay's head and lays him out, makes him a bloody mess. That's your chance because everybody loves Ospreay. So now you have a reason to go against it. Daniel Garcia doesn't matter enough for me to be mad at MJF.
The problem with being mad at MJF is a bit of the issue. Like they needed a heel. I've said this for a while now that I think AEW is one of the bigger problems is all of their top guys, all of their top stories are all baby faces. MJF being a baby face, Ospreay's baby face, Swerve's a baby face. I thought Hangman's now just had tweener when he came back because he still hates the Bucks, but he took out Jeff Jarrett. So you kind of have to boo him.
Mm-hmm.
It's very it's convoluted a little bit when it comes to that, and nobody has the right dance partners. We don't need Christian and Patriarchy versus Bang Bang Gang. The MJF, it was the best play that they could have done because you need to at least make him heel. If he has to have that edge, and that's been the one thing I think he's been missing for the longest time is any bit of edge to where he busts up Garcia, he does the power driver. Maybe you take Garcia out for a little while, you repackage him, you put it over that you put the kid out, and to see him even going at the fans and all of that, like however that goes, but it still was to me, I think, the best decision that they could have made. Now, like you said, they're going to still cheer him.
Yeah. And I just think you needed to go after somebody, have him fucking beat up JR, have him beat up, like you had to go after someone pure. You had to go after somebody. To me, Daniel Garcia doesn't mean enough to this company for the fans to revolt on MJF.
It means enough to Tony, though.
Yeah, but that's the issue, right? I think MJF's been fumbled in a lot of ways. I think he could be bigger. I think he was bigger. And over the last year, like I'm really optimistic by him fighting Rouge, him fighting Hichichero, him fighting Danny Garcia.
Yeah, that's been, I've said it that they should try to restart him. And that's the biggest thing. I'm hoping that they just gave him his edge back at least because he has been severely lacking that since he turned babyface.
Well, and we keep hearing from, that camp, they have the best roster in pro wrestling. Okay, maybe let's say you do. Let's just for argument's sake. Then MJF comes in, and even if he comes in as a heel and he's running amok, who's his big challenger? Who are you setting him up against? Oh, well, he'll play Ospreay. Okay, then what? Danny Garcia. Well, that's not a big star. What about Moxley? Do you really want to see MJF Moxley that bad? Who are, like, for this incredibly deep roster, who are all the stars you're lining up to fight your top guys? We said it when MJF came back. I said, why the fuck is he fighting Rouge? And you said, who else? The other two big guys are busy with each other.
Exactly. the depth isn't there anymore. You can't run it back with him and Danielson again. Like you said, you're not going to do him versus Moxley. You do what? Him versus Claudio. Him versus Okada would be good if Okada was Okada from New Japan, not Okada in AEW. But real quick, Adam, thank you for the $2 super chat of nothing to say, just showing love, wrestling for life. Absolutely. My big other thing too is we've talked about this, we've been saying this for a while, is now Adam Cole, the whole Neville storyline is dead, has been dead, was failure to launch.
DED, dead on arrival. And it will go down. It has gone down now in history.
That's their biggest flop.
Their biggest flop in history with, again, Adam Cole was a huge name. The Undisputed Era was a huge thing.
That was the main event of All In.
And they kicked that can down the fucking street so bad. It's dead though, because now what do? You go babyface Cole and confuse everybody? Well,
yeah, and again, still Wardlow's been absent. Roddy's out there teaming with Gabe Kidd, so there's nothing going on with that yet. DE dead,
right? DED dead. But that's it, man, and it's unfortunate because, again, you do see the talent they have, and I know sometimes people think it's a wrestling for life. Ooh, that's not good. A wrestling for life. Beat up AEW bitch fest, but it really isn't. It's like, man, like you got the scarf. You're a scarf carrying member. So for you to go, oh, fuck, I don't like this, that's got to say something. I'm a fan of this guy, but you're making it hard for me to cheer for him.
Yeah, well, it wasn't good. Like, it's just, there's potential there, and it just seems so out of the blue. Like there was it just like a switch flipped, and nope, this is where I've got to be heel now. Well, there was no story with anything.
Oh, sorry to interrupt there, but
no, that was it. That was literally it.
The bloodline stuff. We've been talking about Sammy, Chad Gable, and I know people don't like when you do the cross the board comparison, but when it's not even about we don't, we're more about the wrestling. No, but you're trying to tell stories. You're just doing a horrible job, and that's where, like, even with the Judgment Day right now, like, it didn't just happen. It didn't like one day Priest showed up, kicked Finn in the face, and no, it's 6-7 weeks in the making. These guys have just like, oh, I kind of respect this young kid. You're, young, spry. You remind me of myself. Kick to the nuts. Wait, what? Why? What changed in 7 days?
Exactly. Well, there's a whole other topic that's come out from an NXT superstar about AEW that we can get into during one of the commercial breaks here.
Okay. Let's say hello to the people.
I was going to say, we've been going for damn near 20 minutes and haven't even said hi to the people.
It's going to be a fun night here on the channel, folks. Remember, be a friend, tell a friend. If you can hear us right now, take this link, share it anywhere you know people are talking about wrestling. Let's see if we can get this into triple digits. Let's see if we can double up on our triple digits. Lots going on. I'm getting a replay right now of the Wyatt 6 VHS from this week. I'll be curious if they're involved at all this Saturday. But ladies and gentlemen, like I said, get in the chat, click all the buttons, click those little reactions, give the algorithm some love, and let's say hello to the people. But Kevin is with us. Good to see you. Welcome back. First one in the chat. AD and AZ, what's up? 420 back with us. Good to see you. Damian, Polo, TJ, Savit, Bacon. I got to click on Bacon. Awesome. AJ is back. I am. Maybe not 100% back, but I'm back. See?
Just let the people know we back winning.
Right. We're rolling. Shout out to Anthony. We will see more Anthony on the channel coming up, but big, huge thank you and shout out to Anthony. Killed it. He sat through a Rampage. That was
He had a big week. He's all tuckered out. Oh, cough button. Sorry. Christian, what up? Now I got to find where you're at. Christian, what up? Propunzo. Welcome. What up? Bradley, snooze canoes. What are we snoozing? 420 again. Welcome back. TJ. We got TJ on TJ action. We got Weed and Boys 82. I'm calling it now. Jimmy returns tonight, by the way. We missed you, KJ. Aw.
No, I appreciate all the love, folks. I got a lot of messages over the last little. Between that and the WWE documentary, it's super on it. It's super cool to have a family, a community, The love you give us, all three of us. I mean, it's unbelievable. And it's nice to feel missed. So thank you.
We love you. And
Right.
now, but can Jimmy make it into Canada? Does he have issues like some of the other Samoans, like a Jacob? I'm not trying to open records, but yeah.
I feel like Jimmy's okay now. I think Jimmy made it to Montreal or something prior.
Oh, yeah, Chamber.
He made it to Chamber. So I think, again, with a DWI kind of idea, there's a certain time frame where eventually they'll forgive you. Certain charges, especially if it's drug related or beyond, it becomes very questionable.
Yeah, you can have Jacob Fatu coming after you. I ain't saying shit.
Right. But again, money talks, man. If they got money, they might be able to, work their way into something.
Oh, absolutely. You never know. You never know. Kirby, Jay wouldn't have a briefcase if he was with Roman. That's why I don't think he's winning the Money in the Bank briefcase. He's right now, I guess, the quote-unquote odds-on favorite to win it. Yes. I don't think so.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's a hard show. Like, he is the favorite, but can he have the Money in the Bank as he's trying to figure out everything else with his family? Is he going to be involved with his family? How does he end up on SmackDown? There's a lot to figure out there. I don't know if he wins it, but he is definitely a fave.
Right. Anthony, what up? Y'all ready for SmackDown? Y'all ready for this? I gotta click on this one though. For Baby Man Gaming, I kind of wish your beards would get entangled. When is the last time you two hugged it out? We've actually never physically met. Pause.
Long overdue. It's gonna be a big old bear hug, that's for sure.
Yeah, literally, it'll be when the Mega Powers, when it's Macho Man and Hogan, when they shook hands, is when these two beards collide.
Oh, what was it? The beach one was it Sting and Vader that did the hug?
It would have been Sting and Luger.
Luger. Yeah, that kind of moment.
Yeah. All oiled up, but just playing volleyball. Is that KJ? Throw off sunglasses. Baywatch run.
Right.
Do.
Pick up in the air being spun around.
Right. Now I've had the time of my life.
Right. Let's go. John, good to see you. Is KJ going to Money in the Bank? No, I'm going to hang out with y'all. I'd much rather, it sounds crazy, but I'd much rather be here on stream doing it and covering it that way. But yeah, no, I won't be there.
What are you saying is this man doesn't want to deal with traffic?
Yeah, you know what? I mean,
I can get stoned at home. I can't get stoned in public.
I'm not going to lie, the KJ rants are the best. Man, the thing about my rants on Wednesdays, Nick, is I literally try not to. Every week is funny. And it's just like, it's like the Clark Griswold where you watch the gears kind of fall apart.
That's where it was. That was literally, I had the same thing. I was like, I'm trying to be excited because we've got Danielson and Pac and we've got this, right. So we've got that and everything. And then it just started, the walls caved in.
No, it does. It just wears on you. And they kind of have a pattern now with like the middle of the show, and I kind of know when Jericho's going to show up. I know when the women are going to show up.
He threw a fireball. He's a wizard.
He's a flamer.
Yup.
Side of ECW One Night Stand in Hammerstein Ballroom. Brad, they going to see you're right, Nick. Absolutely. Good to see you.
Oh, yeah.
80 and AZ. Listen, Arizona's a place I want to visit. But 100 degrees.
Listen, you got to go visit your Uncle Walter out there? Or no, that's New Mexico.
That's New Mexico.
You're gonna post up in Arizona so you can't get in trouble in New Mexico.
Right. Happy Money in the Bank weekend. Good to see you, Eric. Once again, thank you to Adam for the super chat. Remember, folks, the super chat and the super stickers are the way to guarantee that you get clicked on. We do our best, but y'all are getting busy around here.
Right.
And Nick are fluent in Japanese.
Absolutely. See,
a lot of tag team stuff going on tonight. We haven't really talked about it too much tonight, Nick, but the three matches announced. I turned Italian there. The three
matches. Yeah, see, it's rubbing off. I'm Canadian and you're Italian now.
The three matches are all tag matches, if I'm correct.
Let me go to their website. So I have two matches that have been announced, at least on their website, of DIY taking on the Douche Canoes, A-Town Down Under for the WWE Tag Team titles, and then Bianca and Jade taking on Candice and Indi here.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. Okay. Roman has more. One of the best things about this whole storytelling, Nick, with the bloodline, look
Mm.
how over Roman. Like, I mean, people were
The
legitimately.
man has got more over just by sitting at home than any person besides staying in WCW.
Facts. But I mean, again, it shows you when you do it right, you get the reaction you want from the fans. Like when you really dig in and do it right, it's perfect. The pop for Roman is going to be enormous.
And it's gonna be huge, and it's gonna be the first time that we've really heard a true babyface, like tribal chief Roman Reigns pop.
Yeah.
Because the only time we've heard him as a babyface before was the Big Dog.
Yeah, and even that was, again, how many years? The Big Dog, a mixed bag of nuts.
Yeah.
The wrestling call. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to catch another stream, guys. That's what we do, and we appreciate you being a part of it. Any night of the week, join us for all your live coverage. Maybe not, but KJ is, yeah, there you go. I might not be, I am here, but might not be all there. Is that how that goes?
That works. I'll allow it. It checks out.
Christopher, good to see you. Polo back in the house. Good to see you, Ryan. Hope you're doing well, sir. Byron, Chris. And we will try and click on some of these longer comments, or Nick might pop up.
Well, I like this one though. From Anthony's got a new nickname now, thanks to Ryan. Now he's Ant-Man. There's Anthony Edwards out here already, because I'm the Ant-Man.
Right. Hilarious.
Well, I like this one though from Christopher. KJ, Nick, what's up? Glad to be here with you. Looking forward to an episode of Smackdown. Absolutely, absolutely.
As right now, yeah, I'm getting the graphic for the 6-man tag. And Jacob's on. People were like, "Why is Jacob on the poster if he can't be there?" He's still in the group. Like,
and they've still used him in their advertising and everything. Like he's advertised on their website for tonight, which is also still in Toronto, by the way. So if they're doing it, we can do it too.
Right.
One, I'm getting prepared for hurricanes in Texas. Well, I guess strap on and strap in, and hopefully everything works out, my guy.
Yeah, there you go. Batten down your hatches.
Batten down the hatches. That's what you were trying to say, sir.
I told you I'm not fully here yet. I'm still
right. Well, just fireball.
That's the worst thing going back to work on a Thursday.
Yeah, why the fuck would you not just take the rest of the week off?
Extend 2 more days. Too much happening.
What's up?
I love this though. Remember, chat Smackdown live from Detroit tonight.
The hell are you all?
Live from Detroit, Canada.
Yes, to hell with you all. I will admit I flubbed.
I didn't clip it on you. I thought it would have been. I let it go.
No, you could have had it.
Sup, Paul? Good to see you. Could you imagine Eric Bischoff as the new wise man? No.
I saw Cornette was trying to halfway talk about it.
Shut up. Get out. As I'm getting the start of SmackDown, sir. I got then.
I have mattresses.
Mattresses.
Alexis is reminding us that it's actually from Toronto.
Yes.
And then Anthony reminding that it's a shot at me because I
love Anthony. He's like, no. It's
the D stands for Detroit. Yes. I got now.
You got now. You passed me, son of a bitch.
You forever.
Picture of the CN Tower and the skyline.
Okay. I have about together. It just jumped together. I'm not refreshing.
No, once you get the skyline, let me know.
Okay. I'm getting there. I got the logo.
Dun, dun, dun.
Skyline of Detroit, Rock City.
Everyone get up.
Get out. Everybody move your feet.
Right. SmackDown going live. We have Cody. We have KO. We have Randy entering the building. What will tonight have? We are going to find out. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Let's blow up this chat. I want triple digits. And we got lots to talk about as poor Paul Heyman bounced off that goddamn table.
Imagine though, like that's probably going to be the picture that they use to show and highlight this moment in the halls of Madison Square Garden. So every time, that's how Paul's going to be commemorated, of just looking like a stone raccoon or a stone walrus getting powerbombed through a table.
More pushing for the cushion there, Paul.
Whoa.
Together. We're rolling. The Money in the Bank suit briefcases up above the ring. How do we kick this one off?
Uso.
Oh, Jay.
Now, this is going to be interesting because this seems like this is probably going to be the first time that Jey Uso and Solo and the Bloodline have interacted.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? It might not be in this segment. It will probably be like they walk by each other in the back. Like, wait a tick.
Maybe we'll see. Because even with this men's Money in the Bank briefcase match, now this is probably going to be where they have every competitor come out here and cut a fucking promo and all of that, and how they're going to climb the ladder faster than everybody else, even though they act like they have fucking noodle legs. But everybody in this match has the potential for somebody to run in and cost them the match.
It's crazy because then today during the kickoff show, Nick, like as they're introducing the people, the crowd are chanting like the person that could fuck them. Like that was the best part of like Drew McIntyre. They start chanting CM Punk. Oh, Chad Gable, Wyatt Six. Like they were literally like everybody up there's got beef with somebody.
LA Knight, Logan Paul, Escobar, LWO, Jay. We thought could be the Bloodline. So go ahead.
The only one that kind of got a little scot-free is Carmelo.
A bit. Fucking trick. Just throw him in there on a traditional.
Right.
He's going to at least be in Toronto.
Let's go. Good to see you, Brandon. Ronan's back with us. Boston, always a pleasure. Well, always might be a stretch. I hope Kid Rock shows up tonight.
Kid Rock will be at SmackDown. Says, you have that. That's even what I'm at.
Happy SmackDown Friday. No, we're only going to get Bizarre. That's all they could get their hands on. They call him Nick D. The D stands for Detroit. I think you read that one, but it's still fun.
Still. So, is in your city. He's just gotten over so much. Like, he may not be your true main event guy, but motherfucker, if he ain't over, I don't know what over is.
But it's funny because you remember, like, with us, there was mid-card guys, but, like, Razor Ramon didn't come out and talk about, like, hey, yo, I'm mid. Like, he was like, hey, yo, I'm the best wrestler in the world. Even though he stayed in that level, people very much nowadays are like, they call him main event, so he's got to win every main event. Like,
Mr. Perfect, whose whole gimmick was about being perfect, was a mid-card IC title champion.
Yeah. And here comes LA Knight. Big pop from the Toronto crowd.
We're getting a versus a yeet, folks, right now. The greatest debate in wrestling history right now. Versus yeet. All we're missing is Stone Cold, and we can get a true three-way here of what?
Holy shit. You'd have the audience twitching out.
Just break down. I don't know what to do. But now, after the kickoff, and I didn't really watch any of it. I know you were here. I know some of the people in the chat and everything were here watching with you. I saw people talking about after that of potentially Logan cost LA Knight tonight, and you slide Finn into his spot.
Yeah, a lot of people were saying the Finn thing, but I just don't. My question to the chat today was, how do you get Finn out of, like, you have a whole roster of people? Why would Finn be automatically the guy? Like, he's on the, like, if you take out a SmackDown competitor, would you not replace it with a SmackDown competitor? Like, I mean, I'm not saying Finn can't get in there. Like, maybe you do a match, but you got to get me there. You can't just go, and Finn Balor. Like, what about everyone else on the roster? Finn's half the tag team champion.
Make it a pre-show match. Give us a 6 match. Make it a pre-show match and have it be maybe you do like a 4-way. Maybe you just do a 1-on-1 because then you do 4 ways. That gives somebody a break of if they're going to wrestle twice. It gives them time to kind of just pause even during the match.
Let me talk to you, folks. LA Knight in the ring. Now, they did confirm today that the Money in the Bank will be going on first. It will be going on before the title match. It'll probably open the show. You are main eventing Damian Seth. So that leaves a very big door open for the whole night long.
But that's the best way you could book it, because no matter whether they're going to actually do it or not, you leave the door open. You leave the opportunity. You leave the what if.
Yeah, 100%. I could not agree more.
Let me tell you why. This is kind of like goddamn 2024's Austin meets Rock a little bit. Instead of what is yeet, and instead of if you smell it, let me talk to you.
Yeah. And I like it. Like, he's from day one, oops. Again, LA's a promo, man.
They both are. Like, that's the
Yeah,
thing
it's a good
is
one too.
he's gotten it. Like I said, if we kind of all were like, well, Jay's, what is Jay going to be as a main guy? Could he be really truly a main guy? And
yeah,
like you said, he's probably like your upper mid card, your lower top, like baby face.
Well, and I've always been on the record of like I felt like the Usos in general were underrated because they, a decade rivalry with the New Day, not the best tag team booking thanks to Vince. But if they had been like, if they had done a world tour the way other tag team, like, dude, they cut mean promos.
Right?
Yeet. Yeah.
Yeet versus yeah.
Yeet. Yeah. Yeah. Get in that chat right now, folks. Are you Yeet or yeah?
Are you pro Yeet or are you team yeah?
Yeet. I like this.
This is literally, it's.
Yeah, we're going to get it cut up.
Rabbit season, duck season, rabbit season, duck 100%. Season.
Someone's got to go find that and put their heads on it and have them eat.
Just play the video and just do the audio of them. Rabbit season, duck season, rabbit season.
As here comes Carmelo Hayes.
Toronto don't want to hear all that. Dewey Toronto as he gets booed.
Scotia Bank is packed.
Yeah, yeet, yeet. Carmelo
breaking things down.
Party Crasher Chad. Well, so far it's only been Carmelo.
Right. Chad's next.
Again, like I said, this is where the
here we go.
Yeah, this is the promo segment to where everybody that's in the match comes out here and they all say how they're going to be great. Now, if I'm Jey Uso, I have a flashback to Monday Night Raw and do the same strategy of your ass is out here. I'm hiding under the ring now.
They brought
you stay the fuck away from me.
Yeah, Chad said to him at the kickoff, like, where were you? And he's like, I was hiding under the ring, motherfucker. Leave me alone.
This is a you problem, not a me problem.
Yeah.
Your bullshit is your bullshit.
I didn't even ask for the fireflies. Leave me alone.
Right.
May the blunt be with you, sir. Good to see you. Good to see you. Off-grid carpenter. Nice.
There's a joke in there somewhere, but I can't just get it. Yeah.
Well, it's funny to get Jesus and a carpenter back to back.
Literally, 100%. All we need now is a Noah.
And here we go. El Idolo.
Is Andrade the biggest underdog in this? Of
Carmelo,
sir, you respectfully, you have no odds. I would put it. I could see Carmelo having it before Andrade.
No, I can't. Carmelo's so even
rookie, and he holds it for a while.
I just think Carmelo feels like such a kid in this bunch. I would give it to Andrade before Carmelo. I don't think either are winning, but I think Carmelo's the longest shot.
What is up with this outfit?
The glasses are sharp. Does Brett know you have his glasses?
Well, no, he looks like fucking Eastbound and Down or some shit out here. He's fucking down. No, he's out here of fucking Drew McIntyre. Now, is it CM Punk that cost him, or is it AJ Lee?
The AJ Lee side of this, and again, it's one of those fan made up things. Like, we just made it up, and it caught fire. But a very cool idea.
Oh yeah, well, I think it's because of the bracelet. I mean, you can't have Larry out there playing, fucking Toto and everything. So the next person that's on that bracelet's AJ Lee.
Now, Drew not only promises to win Money in the Bank, he's promising a cash in before the end of the night.
Which you still leave that door 100% open, just on the simple way that you've laid out the card.
100%. There is no Punk update. Out of sight, out of mind.
But that's the thing, is he makes you forget about him. So when he does show up, it's another big holy shit moment.
Oh,
Punk's not here, but his family's always with me.
That is tempting.
That's why I'm saying. That's why everyone's been going with the AJ Lee thing.
that is a way to fuck Drew without it feeling like, oh, they've done this
The
before.
same thing again, because
Right?
that's
If
the thing
AJ
is the
rolled
Punk
in the
thing's
ring-
gotten old. Yeah.
Yeah, if AJ rolled in the ring and either just tipped the ladder or tricked, like stalled McIntyre enough that someone else took him out. Yeah.
I can see how you're going to do the shot. You're going to have Drew up there, and he's going to be as Andrade is tranquilo in the corner as just idiot.
You can just outrageous idiot. Big Punk chance.
But you're going to have Drew at the top of that ladder, and he's going to be grabbing at the briefcase, and you're going to see the ladder kind of shake.
Right.
Because it's going to be the tight shot on Drew, and then you pan out, and you think it's going to be Punk there, and it's AJ Lee, and just psycho face pushes over the ladder.
And then just puts her hands behind her back and skips out of the ring.
You're right. Just does the whole skip. Let's light it up, light it up, light it up. I'm picking Drew to win the match and gave the fucking out for it.
I picked Drew too. That's the thing. Like, but I'm not sure. I give him credit. I'm really not sure.
It could still be an LA Knight win.
I just think there's something poetic that if Drew could find a way to win the Money in the Bank and then cash in on Damien.
Yeah, that is very true.
It is a really like, a kick back in the groin. But here we go. Andrade had enough.
And he's the one that stops out Drew.
Carmelo push. Super kick. Carmelo. Look, everyone's like,
and then LA Knight's even saying that was for me.
This should be a hell of a match, though. Yeet.
Well, we've only really got two true baby faces in this.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say this could be like a 6-person tag match that they have tonight. Right. God damn it again, the blackouts.
I heard reports that, because again, I wasn't here on Friday, but I heard reports that internally WWE is getting really fucking irritated with this thing.
That's why they're out of here. 100%. Trust me, I was getting irritated with it on stream. I was smashing my desk every time it happened because.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Especially when you have a gimmick that's based on like the flickering screen, it really fucks with everybody.
Exactly. Well, when you have it at the start of Heyman and everything before everything kicked off, imagine if you lost part of that because they completely went black. Like it's not just like we saw on Monday where they cut the audio; they just go completely black.
So are we gonna get a tag match tonight?
That's what I was thinking, but I was like, the odds don't work out unless you make Andrade or somebody a babyface. Yeah, because you're selling that LA Knight and Jay are working halfway together, but they've still got tension because they were both kind of almost going to take shots at each other. But all the heels laid out, so could happen.
AJ Lee is retired. Things change, and I agree with you, Mega. I found it when I first read it. I was like, "Well, that's silly. That's just fantasy booking." But
how many times has Ric Flair retired and unretired? Looking at you too, Mick Foley. It's getting Leo Rush. It happens in pro wrestling.
Rush.
As Bailey backstage right now, and even Dale can second me on. I was getting pissed with the flux glitches. I was pulling my hair out.
Yeah, what the fuck? Like that's your best technology? 2024.
Well, it's especially for something like Fox that had The Simpsons and everything. Remember when The Simpsons was an edgy cartoon and Fox seemed like the edgy, more adultish channel and everything. I had no idea Chelsea was this tall unless she's got on 7-foot heels, and you can't teach that.
Barely hanging onto her dress.
I mean, I see no issues.
Listen, the biggest pop of the kickoff for the ladies was Chelsea Green, my guy.
Well, no, she's the hometown gal. That's like saying Drew McIntyre got a big pop in Scotland. Shit.
I mean, kinda. I mean,
as hype on a million.
Rude.
Why would they just have the lids of those propped open? Like, what was the point of that? Why wouldn't they be closed beforehand?
Who didn't do their job here?
Exactly.
As I see triple digits hanging around with us, folks, let's get that number up. We can get it higher. Let's go.
Can we get much higher? So high.
Well, yes, we can.
Well, now I'm just thinking of Creed of Can You Take Me Higher? And well, how do you think about Chelsea wanting to bring back the Divas title and Chelsea out here looking like, straight out of the 90s, early 2000s with fucking purple plastic glasses and everything?
Yeah. You know what? If anyone could do it, it would like Chelsea doing that fits her character perfectly, and it would be the antithesis of everything the women are working for. Make her such a great heel champion of like she stands for everything that we worked so hard not to be. You bastard. I think it works so well.
But she gets cheered though, so it's weird.
Yeah, she's getting over. It's crazy. She's like the female Sandow.
A bit. But now what if she just had it and it was just pretty much like a FTW belt? I know, granted, we don't need to add more championships just because, but if it's just one of those of a ceremonial.
Yeah, I don't want them to legitimately bring it back in that. Like, I mean, again, like, yeah, kind of that idea. I don't love the concept of having the FTW title. As we get the commercial for NXT, and up next we're getting the Street Profits against Pretty Deadly, folks. So
yes, boys.
The Yes Boys. But yeah, I really think that Chelsea's done amazing. And a lot of people, oh, she got thrown out of the Rumble quick, and she done this, and she does jobs. She's having a ball. She's doing her job. She's good at it.
Chelsea Green proves 100% that her husband could work in WWE too. And I'm not saying that in a way of like, oh, well, of course Matt Cardona could. I'm saying in that still what he does on the indies for the most part is what she does on WWE, of still just kind of that camp, but not camp, but can be serious. Like it just freaking works with her. Like she's gotten over, this is the best I've ever seen of Chelsea Green. And as much as I'm out there of, it's Tiffy time 100%. If there was any other person that could win that, it's Chelsea.
Yeah, I'm down. Chelsea got them thangs.
Yeah, them thangs thanging. Yeah, them thangs thanging and them swanging.
Chelsea standing on a shoebox, or did she? She is tall, but I don't know if she's that
not
tall.
that tall, my guy. Like that's you look like Oba fucking Femi showing up talking to Wesley.
Right. Beat down time for Pretty Deadly. We'll see. I wish Chelsea Green can wear a Toronto Maple Leaf jersey. That's a very specific fantasy, sir. But I would not be against it. I do believe she's a Vancouver fan, though.
Yeah, and keep it above the waist.
Right. Nick, all of Canada is Chelsea Green's hometown. Oh, okay. Nick, all of Canada. I guess it was her hometown.
Oh, yeah, whatever. Fine. At least I didn't call it Detroit. You can have it. I'm getting better with my geographical locations, okay? Nick, I'm out here being Dora the Explorer. Give me some credit.
Nick went on a rage rant on Fox.
Yeah, it's just fucking frustrating, and it fucks up the entire flow of the fucking show and everything, especially as you're watching it and everything, and especially you could miss huge moments. Like we had it on the build up to WrestleMania in the middle of The Rock cutting promos and everything. Yeah. It would just cut to black every other fucking word.
Yeah. It baffles me. Like that's the best you can do. Like you don't like just black out everything.
Imagine if every time we were to swear on stream, it just went black, just darkness. It would literally just be a stream of darkness. But yeah,
like Morse code.
The
shorthand. Chelsea Money in the Bank briefcase. A lot of people feeling Chelsea. The final diva. No, Chelsea Marie sucked. That's the difference.
Yeah, there's a difference between being good in kind of that diva role, and there's just being in that diva role. Like she can't wrestle worth a fuck.
No, she had a shit attitude.
She's just a shit person, I guess. Shit in the ring, terrible on the mic. Yeah. We almost didn't get Piper Niven because she would have been fucking Dewdrop the whole time.
Right? Yeah, no shit. Street Profits for the win. What's up? Street Profits for Street Profile for the win. Can we call them Street Profile?
No. No.
They should create a women's. Yes, we've been talking about that for quite a while, Matthew.
They're doing the trial run of it with the NXT Women's North American title.
Yeah. What's up, Tim? How you doing? As I get a beautiful shot of Toronto, the Rogers Center, the CN Tower, not the Space Needle.
Yeah, shut up. Which isn't that in fucking Seattle? So I was wrong on like 2 counts.
Yeah, I didn't point that out, but yes.
Yes, thank you. As now we're cutting to Nick Aldis backstage here.
The second best Nick on TV tonight.
Hey.
Is Naomi going to turn on Bayley?
No. She's going to be
Naomi Bayley versus Chelsea Piper?
Yeah, probably. That's what I was going to say. They're probably tag team partners because Naomi would be weird to turn because then you'd have to turn, I think, also Bianca and Jade too because they're kind of that little trio. Huh?
They haven't been hanging out.
Fair enough. Fair
They don't
enough.
feel like a trio anymore. That's we were talking about that earlier.
That is interesting. I hadn't really fully noticed that. But yeah,
right?
you are right.
So maybe they can get away with swinging one, or maybe they swing all three.
I don't think you need to. I think you have enough heels on the roster. You don't need to start adding more. Then you get unbalanced. You need baby faces besides Bayley.
Yeah. Swanging and thanging. MDB
Yeah.
pretty deadly.
That's a different type of swanging.
Yeah, swanging and thanging. There you go. Pretty deadly for the win. Who you taking, Nick?
Street Profits. 100% Street Profits. I'm out here. If they need an actual run, they're an actual still. People forget how good of a fucking tag team they are because they haven't been used properly. I would rather people already. DIY is going to win tonight. All this, fuck all of that. That's the team right there that should have the tag belts or should be at least competing for them. You should have A-Town Down Under versus the Street Profits. That's a hell of a match right there.
I don't disagree. I think the Street Profits. This whole thing with the Pride and the Hurt Business 2.0, and it hasn't really got off the ground well. And it ended up just burying the Street Profits because they didn't really have, they had a half a heel turn. It was, I don't know. It didn't work.
Right. But, so we're both going Profits as I've got Ford and Hans or Franz. I'm going to go with Hans. Now Franz in the ring. Idiocracy was a documentary. Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes it feels like real life.
Right.
Street Profits for the win. Profits for the win. Profits. The first woman Intercontinental Champion will be Tiffany. I'm calling it now. We'll see. We'll see if they do it.
Okay. It might be Lyra Valkyria.
Cool.
Ooh,
I'm amazed she wasn't the first NXT Women's North American Champion. They just called her up too fast before they could do it.
Right. Oh, I love that. So Elton does the old jump into the turnbuckle to block the impact to cause the turnaround. It's a cheeky move that doesn't get used very often.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Play defense.
Rikishi is the new wise man for the Bloodline. So his dad. Paul returns with Roman and Jimmy.
How do you feel about that? I don't know how that works for me.
I think I have redundant there, but to me the best situation is you have Solo just go full pighead of I don't need a wise man because that's what made Roman weak. That's what cost him whatever the fuck. You make a reason for it if he's just that great. He's like I've said, if you do the Caesar Sokoa of I am the fucking leader here, I am the badass, getting tyrant out here.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, but you could still lead it too on the back end, even of, again, that double reveal of to where Rock's been the puppet master the whole time.
Yeah. Oh,
sorry, that was it.
No, I mean, I struggle with the idea, can I see Rikishi coming out and dropping, real big heel promos that we all get into? I don't know.
Yeah, when he's coming out to turn it up, banging it.
Right. It's kind of weird. And again, even as when he was a heel during his run, it wasn't the bad. I did it for the Rock. Right?
Exactly. I did it for the Rock.
So
he's gonna come out there and say, "I'm a bad man."
I think you need someone with a little more edge than that.
Fair enough. Well, as we're in commercial break number 2, and I got 108 watching it with us right now, so let's see if we can keep that number climbing 100% as we. What was it, just a week or two ago, past 5K subscribers. Now we're at 5.2K. Let's see if we can get closer and closer to 6K, 7K, 8K. Hey, what do you say?
Let's play.
But Edgy things and edgy comments. What do we feel? How do you feel about Ethan Page saying that he's coming from a place that was disorganized and chaotic, and now this feels like a machine, and pretty much putting over WWE's kind of whole process on everything versus comparing AEW to being just hectic and chaotic and disorganized, and he had to do everything.
Mm-hmm. What I find surprising are the people that were shocked by it. Jade said very similar comments as far as like there's nothing like this. The machine, like they refer to it, it's a well-oiled machine. If you have talent, they find a way to magnify and amplify that talent. And again, it will more and more and more and more and more come out about people who feel this way. He didn't say the company sucks. He didn't say he hated AEW. He simply said it was chaotic and unorganized. Now, people got offended because they're dumb, but man, it looks chaotic and unorganized. We can tell.
You have reports of it coming out. You had Jade say it. You had Punk say it. You've had anybody and everybody pretty much say it. It's just, it is what it is. Like, it's so funny how people get bothered by it. Like they work, like their fucking paychecks come from there or something. It's just the company that you like, and he doesn't work there. And this whole instant, it's now you're on the other side. So screw you. I hate you 100%, even though before everybody loved him.
But again, and it's this ongoing state of emergency in the world of he simply offered his perspective, his opinion on his experience. Again, didn't say anything negative. Just said, this is what I witnessed. Dude, most of these people, like, you're not there. You, like, again, and like you said, you have no claim to this. It's like when they say, oh, you know, the Leafs can't win a Stanley Cup because of their organization, or I don't like get offended. It's a fact. We can observe it. Like, I'm still a Leaf fan, but shit, would y'all get your shit together? A first round win would be a playoff victory would be wonderful, guys. Like, it's that kind of vibe, Nick.
Well, it's because if they say something negative or actually agree with something negative, they couldn't get a media pass or anything like that. But it's just the ridiculous leaps with it and everything. Well, I've even seen people that have been the ones that it's, oh, everything's great, everything's fine, of all that too. Oh, it's supposed to be disorganized. It's punk rock. Oh, we're supposed to be like the edgy. It's like it's constant field goal post moving.
Yeah, no, it's bullshit, and it's all bullshit. It's not supposed to be organized. It's supposed to be a professional business. It's supposed to be a multi-million-dollar company. It should be organized. How does one of your biggest stars show up in England?
Imagine if you looked at the Jacksonville Jaguars and everything, and somebody sat there and said that they were completely, disorganized and all of that. Would you think that that's a shit franchise in the NFL, or is it punk rock?
They are, yeah, exactly, right? When you show up at the football stadium and the cable, the screens are saying that the cable bill didn't get paid, the organization looks shit. It's not edgy, it's shit.
We're the alternative NFL franchise.
Yeah, get the fuck
This is where the best tackle.
Oh, hot tag. Here comes Montez. We are back. But picture this right now. And the people out there that said, oh, Ethan Page is just saying that shit because he couldn't cut it. He couldn't make it. Imagine it was Ethan Page versus MJF right now in a highly billed marquee feud. How much better would that promo off be? How much better would those wrestling matches be than Daniel Garcia? Let's be fucking real.
Well, and even then, if he was there, they wouldn't be saying that, he's was never great. He's just nothing but a good promo. Da 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 da. They'd be praising of how this is some of the best. This is where the best wrestle. Everything. They'd be giving this man nothing but praise and compliments.
Montez on.
Speaking of a man who deserves praise and compliments, Montez Ford needs to be at least a mid-card title holder, if not get another shot. Like he had the match at Roman, just another shot. Like he could be in the Money in the Bank.
100%. Again, it's hard because the tag team division is struggling in such a way, Nick. But yeah, Montez got Solo in his future for sure.
Facts.
We're here. Sam Shaw, one of my faves. Dexter, good to see you, buddy.
How we doing? Just don't come for us. If I see a single light flicker, I'm running. I'll just hear for that noise. That
I'm embracing it. I'm joining the family.
Just
Let's go.
Right.
Oh, wait a minute.
Hear what you will. Oh, that was fucking obvious as shit. Folks, have you ever watched a man barrel roll into a spot? I have.
That was hilarious. Why'd you do that?
Whatever sense would that make? And to just half roll and then stop perfectly.
Right. Big right hand.
Fuck, I'm out of position.
I just popped. Nick said this is where the best tackle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And with the whole Jaguars, it's not, oh, well, we're just the alternative. This is where the best wrestle. This is where the best tackle. Yeah. No, fuck off with that.
Right.
You run other professional businesses. Why does pro wrestling get to be this weird fucking outlier that it's punk rock? No, it's a fucking business.
Oh, Pretty Deadly's just on the way out.
Spinebuster. Ford going up top.
Ford going up, way up.
This man gets height on his frog splash that is second to only RVD, I would say.
Oh, he's got a phenomenal.
Back rolls into the pin. This man's knees are made out of fucking springs, I feel, because this man got bounce upon ounce.
Jacob looks like the leader, not Solo. I completely 100% disagree. And if you watch how all that played out on Friday, who looked like the leader? Who was putting the necklace around the neck?
Valid, but I'm more excited for Roman versus Jacob than I am for Solo versus Roman.
We may not even get Roman versus Jacob, right? But
don't you deny me my dream match.
We got the Deuce Canoes. But yeah, no.
How do you feel though, as a Torontonian, of Waller showing up playing "They Not Like Us"? They not like us. Right? Just blasting it. Mans knows how to be a heel.
Oh, he digging in. Yeah, these two are not getting along.
No, this is going to be a Austin Theory babyface, but that's why a lot of people I think that that's what causes DIY to win tonight. But I don't want DIY to win tonight.
Jacob turns on Solo or Zilla joins Roman to even the odds. We don't know what Samoans are going where. We have no idea.
Right. Waller's doing a hell of a job, though, of a hell of a promo of remember who the fuck you are, Simba. Okay. You were the youngest Money in the Bank winner. You were da-da-da-da-da. We just won at WrestleMania. Da-da-da-da-da. They're trying to pull us apart.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. Oh, folks, up next, we're going back to the Bloodline.
Acknowledge us and make sure we get over that. Well, we're already over 100 views. Let's see if we can keep that going. But MDB saying we're over 100 likes as well. So, again, acknowledge us.
Dun, dun, dun. It's live from Canada. We're going, and actually we're getting the commercial for WrestleMania XL, starring the Wrestling for Life Network.
I was going to say, I didn't want to mention it, but...
You may recognize us from such films as...
Hi, I'm Big Nick. You might recognize me from such films. I'm Troy McClure.
Montez with the awesome pin. Yeah, decent match. Pretty Deadly's a good tag team. For what they are a pretty good tag team. Those tag titles
would have worked 100% with the maximum male models, I feel. Which did you see that they debuted in Ring of Honor? And I like that they've managed to make this work and been fine. Like they've done really well outside of the WWE bubble.
Yeah, and again, some talent has to do that, Nick. Go find your own way. Maybe one day you work your way back to WWE. Maybe you don't. Maybe you work your way up. The fact that they put him in Ring of Honor and didn't find a way to put him on Dynamite blows my mind.
Well, there's multiple issues here, and we could go through the multitudes of them.
Man, then with Dalton Castle works for me, though.
The boys, they are the boys.
The boys are gone, right?
Oh, well, yeah. Well, they thought it was a little too chaotic and too hectic, and then they were trying to just throw dirt on them names.
I like this one. DIY.
Why me? Why? Yeah, well, are they just the blandest as fuck team at this point now? Like, I know we kind of listened to Cornette and everything. We listened to a bunch of the other channels out there. But now when he says Johnny Same Face, it kind of fits a little bit more because it's just so bland. It's the music sucks, the ring gear sucks, the matches suck, the fucking everything. It just doesn't feel at all anything to black and gold era at all.
Doesn't feel edgy, doesn't feel excited. You're not invested. Johnny doesn't really get himself over. I mean, at minimum, you got to maybe make him as singles and then just have him pick up a bunch of, the really, underdog wins where he takes a beating, but he doesn't quit, gets a W. I think we're missing something with Ciampa. Ciampa being the psycho killer, like that's a guy, when done right, could be world champion. But I just...
I was always a fan more of Tommaso Ciampa than I was of Johnny Gargano with their NXT runs.
Yeah,
he was the best heel that NXT, I would say, has ever truly had.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. He was
he played it so well of coming out to no music and the Blackheart and everything. Yeah. He was the best pure heel that they've had. But remember that they were almost going to have a heel run with the Awesome Truth when they had the belts and everything, and then they just nope, we're not going to do that, and shifted them right back to being bland baby faces.
Yeah, I don't get it. I want more for these guys. I want more out of these guys.
Has their time passed as a tag team?
Maybe they need to go back to NXT.
I don't even think that's the thing is I don't even think they work as a tag team in NXT. I don't think they just work as a tag team right now.
Mm-hmm.
Have they worked as a tag team since Ciampa threw Gargano into the Titantron and everything like that? I think that kind of showed the talent that they have as individuals, and it no longer feels the same when they're together. It feels like two good singles guys on a tag team versus two tag team wrestlers together.
Yeah, and not even that. Like, it's just two guys we're not overly interested in. Yeah. This is a really silly comment, Boston. So up next, we have to watch what we saw last week. Do it at the beginning of the show. Waste time within the show. Yeah, no, I don't. Again, your opinion, but I have no problem with recapping your major stories. I have no problem with a little package to continue the hype. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
Your biggest thing that also is probably going to tie into them coming out, because there's obviously going to be the tie in the back and forth, the discourse of them going at the baby faces that were ushered out of the building before all of that took place. You've still got the 6-man tag match at Money in the Bank, so you're going to finally see those two collide. So you've got to still have that to set up and remind everybody. It's not bad to have a callback. But tonight we're getting Bayley versus Piper Niven. So Naomi will be in Bayley's corner and Chelsea in Piper's.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, again, and you open the show with a package and then you go into the Money in the Bank stuff. Not how I would format it. I mean, you want to start the show and kind of have everybody's mind on the Money in the Bank. And then, you address this as you tie it into what the segment's going to be.
Right. As I've got Indi and Candice coming up right now. So they are taking on Bianca and Jade.
Indi's starting to work a little better for me. Again, to me, this is oddly enough, the female version of DIY. I do not care. I don't know what it is. Just the bland group of people.
Well, it's even more blander, I feel, respectfully, in the women's tag division right now, because it's kind of it's shallow waters. But then again, so is just the men's tag division. They're both shallow waters here.
Right. KJ and Nick, Rio versus Lady Frost. Oh, great. Lady Frost gets to do a job for Rio. Excellent.
Yeah, that's fucked. Respectfully, I know people like Rio for some reason that probably they don't say in public. But she's all of, 10 pounds in a wet paper bag. Lady Frost deserves to actually get some wins. Has she just kind of been doing the job since she signed with AEW, or at least ROH? I feel like she kind of has, respectfully. And that's crazy to think that she was before in Impact and in TNA. I believe she might have been a former Knockouts champion. If not, she was constantly competing for that belt.
Yeah.
It's like your girl Taya Valkyrie. When's the last time we fucking saw her?
Ring of Honor, hanging out.
And she at one point was the belt collector on the women's division in the women's indies. She was XPW champion, that 3-letter champion, that 4-letter champion, etc.
Quick side question, Nick.
Yeah.
What did Paul smoke the biggest blunt he could find? Or
no, allegedly he actually stayed up late. I know it looked like that. Like this man had the lobster eyes.
No, but how do you get your eyes that red, man? Like, did he rub?
He was in the back smoking with Van Dam.
That's what I mean. Like, did he hit that good before he came out? What is?
I mean, Christ, if I know I'm about to take a fucking triple powerbomb through a table, I'm smoking all the vitamin packs.
You are not my tribal chief, and then the shaking of the head and the tears.
But it was just so good. Like Paul Heyman is an Academy Award level actor in pro wrestling.
Why couldn't this win an Emmy? This is just as good as any of the other shit they got on.
I'm waiting for the story of Paul Heyman, and it's going to be with fucking like Paul Giamatti playing Paul Heyman.
It would too. It would too. But look, right here, like again, where people are worried, they've done a good job of letting everyone know what Jacob is to Solo right now. And we all know that he's a caged beast, that he is a dog on a chain. And one day
he's fucking, this is Tiger King. You got a fucking lion just chilling right there.
Right? But you did a good job. You make Jacob visibly subservient to Solo.
Yeah, it's still... this is still setting up for another X amount of months of fantastic storytelling. Like that's the thing is this is truly a lost art in pro wrestling. If this is a storyline that's gone now 4 years and is still good.
It's excellent. It's excellent. It works.
This has gone on since 2020 SummerSlam when Roman showed up with Wreck Everybody and Leave when he took out Braun Strowman and The Fiend and everything. It's been going since then, and it's just been continuous and great and has revolutionized a level of, I think, pro wrestling of having that real cinematic quality to shit.
Right?
If not revolutionized, revitalized.
Mm-hmm. Here comes Belair. Solo, mind that. So you have chosen death. So good. I didn't.
It's going to be interesting to see if Team Pink Lemonade for the win. But yes, it's going to be interesting to see how these two work together because we haven't seen them as a tag team since Backlash, since, you know, they lost the belt since Ropegate 2024.
Right. We eventually getting Rio and Serena Deeb. Why? Why? In the mood for lemon sherbet.
Justice for Deeb. Justice for Deeb. I'll say that.
Right. According to the Emmy guidelines, the WWE would qualify for one. There you go.
Now, do we qualify for one because we've been
right?
Can I get a? Do I have an IMDb now? Do I have a SAG card?
Mm-hmm. Now, I wanted to save this for the commercial. Rumors of Vince wanting to buy AEW.
Oh my! Go ahead. Finish your statement. Finish your statement.
Tony is in trouble, and the ratings are crashing. Doesn't matter.
That man. You could offer this man all the money in the world. He's not selling this. Like this is his baby. This is his child. This is why we've said truly that this thing will never go under. As long as there is a penny and a dollar to Tony Khan's name, it will be used towards AEW, I feel. 100%. And the fact that of all the people that they would sell to the McMahons, are you shitting me?
Yeah, no. It's silly to think Tony's not selling.
What is this weird fascination with wanting to still keep bringing Vince back into fucking wrestling?
I don't know.
And especially too Shane. Like Shane's not that great at wrestling outside of just doing high spots. The last time this man couldn't run the ropes without tearing his quad. Why the fuck do we need to see him?
Right out.
Like he'd be cool if he was in halfway an authority figure position or whatever, or you do if you do like he's the majority shot like shareholder or something, you do like he's the Ric Flair to Vince when they had the draft and everything, that'd be weird but interesting to do. Yeah, stop trying to put McMahon's in other promotions.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, and it's like, why would he sell? Like, what, he's just tired of it? No, he's having a ball. He thinks it's wonderful. It's never getting sold. Having Shane show up to participate in AEW was a stretch unto itself, let alone the purchasing. No. I mean, is there a wonky, weird, fucked up world, Twilight Zone, where Vince gets fucking Bruce Pritchard and some of his old buddies, the band
The
gets
consortium. We get the Ric Flair, the consortium.
Right. And do they try and launch a new one, and maybe they just like try and hide the fact that Vince is involved, and just as a haha, I told you I could still do it better, which you can't.
No.
It would be hilarious.
It's best for pro wrestling. It's best for Vince. It's best for us. It's best for all parties involved. Of just respectfully, fuck off.
Now,
to quote Dwayne, off is the direction you can fuck.
Right now, maybe they buy TNA. Sorry, Andy.
No, just don't even ruin that. Don't you put that stank on that.
I'm just saying. If
TKO could buy TNA before VKM will buy TNA.
But it would be, I mean, that's more like you're not buying AEW. He's not selling it, guy.
How can you buy that which cannot be sold? But I don't know. I will leave you with that pondering question while I will be back here soon.
There you go. So. Nick is taking a pause for the cause, ladies and gentlemen, and this match is rolling on as we come back from the commercial break. Candice LeRae in control of Jade, tagging in Indi. So, a couple really nice moves here from the tag team. A couple weeks ago, Rio interrupted Serena Deeb after a victory on Collision. They're building that match. Damien, they should not be building Serena Deeb Rio. Why? Why? Shane is an ass. The best in the world gimmick made me want to slap elderly people. Again, though, if you wanted to send a holy shit shockwave through the world, having him show up would be unbelievable. Again, but another guy that doesn't need the money. Like, it's a little bit of an interesting, a trickier negotiation, right? Tony Khan doesn't need the money. Like, he doesn't give a fuck about the ratings until WB does, or Time Warner. Shad Khan would most likely buy it after Tony Khan. Maybe is there a world where Shad looks at his son and says, all right, enough. You're spending way too much. I can't do this. I don't know. He's got lots and lots of money. So I don't know. Both women down, Indi and Jade. Is Vince Russo that said, yeah, Vince Russo, there you go. The source says it all, folks. W sponsor. There you go. There you go. I don't know what this shit is about bringing back. But Stevie Richards said that on his first podcast the other day. And I'm not watching his podcast. There you go. There you go. I would see Vince buying the NWA, but it ain't happening. That wouldn't be an interesting call. Like, I don't even know what the fuck is happening with NWA anymore, but still highly unlikely as Jade gets the tag. Bianca on fire, flipping away. Oh, they're so good. Did Jade ever have to sell a move or punches in AEW? Not many, Kirby. I think the biggest news coming from WCW is back in some form. A lot of talk about either a WCW and or an ECW program with Netflix, which would be very fucking interesting on both fronts. And then WWE re-trademarking some old WCW pay-per-view titles. Very interesting. Again, Netflix is going to be all about that content. They are going to try and get as much out of the deal with the WWE as they can. So, yeah. Could they do it? Could they do a weekly WCW show on Netflix? Maybe. Jade kicking Candice in the face. Oh, they're in trouble. KOD and Glam Slam. Goodbye, Indi. Goodbye, Candy. That match was kind of dandy. Take away from the women's tag and make a women's intercontinental. I don't mind them having the women's tag, especially the way they do it, where it's a traveling belt. But I do like the idea of a mid-card women's title at some point. I will mention he is a friend of the show. Shout out Stevie. He could be watching. 1-1. I wouldn't mind Delirious coming to AEW to run the booking. But yeah, I mean, again, AD, you're not wrong, but there's a list. There's a list of people that would be outstanding and helpful minds. Even Bubba Ray offering to help for free. As long as Tony Khan has his hands on the reins like this, I don't know what we're going to get. Maybe one day or with more experience, he figures it out. But as long as he continues to placate to the smallest denominator, as long as he continues to placate to the sickos, you see what's happening. 622,000 is not a good number. And I know people don't like talking about the ratings, but come on, let's be real. Candice is horrid. I don't love Candice, but I have seen, if you want to go check out some of Candice's independent work, she's really good. But there you go. Belair and Jade cutting a little promo. Number one heel viewers here. You're not really that much of a heel viewer, golfer. We have worse heels. I hate to break it to you. You're kind of like a silent heel. Like you kind of throw in like the Vegas. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't think I can give you that title. But, you know, everyone needs a gimmick. Pink lemonade, Jade, baby. All right. If WCW Nitro or Thunder come back, TK, you're in trouble. Shit. WWE to start loading up Netflix with shows. As we go back to last week, DIY on the Waller effect. 2-0 for life. There we go. 1-1, 2-0. I love how Kathy Kelly is on SmackDown. All right. Good reason. Hey, we call it the way it is. What can you do? Goodbye, Candy. Goodbye, Indi. There you go, Larry. But we are getting a replay, and I guess that's what's coming up next. Mid-heel. Right? Kathy Kelly is very beautiful. Jade and Bianca want back their titles as expected, but I think they might disintegrate before they get those belts. I can see Jade heel turn after Money in the Bank. I could see it happening. I really could. I think she's more naturally a heel. It might make her a little more comfortable, get more of her personality out. But then again, it could be Belair. Yeah. Not good. In WWE heel, I'm a WWE heel, and I longer championship reign more than the shortest championship reign. There you go. The girl I met yesterday from Slovakia got nothing on Kathy. I'm sure she'll be happy to hear that, Christian. Such a romantic. But there you go. They're selling us on tonight. DIY, A-Town Down Under for the titles. And we got Cody Rhodes on screen. And we got RKO. There we go. Here we go. It's funny. Cody all decked out, and then the other two just like fresh from the gym in their t-shirts and shorts. But up next, folks, that's what we're getting. We are on a commercial break. Nick is on a pause for the cause. We are rolling through. Don't forget, we are staying for Rampage. Tomorrow, we are live at 5 p.m. on Saturday for Money in the Bank. We will be live early. We're going to rock through the pre-show. We're here all night long. The Saturday streams are always a blast. And we are back on Sunday for Heat Wave, going live at 6 on Sunday. Again, a jam-packed weekend ahead. Be a friend, tell a friend. We're hitting milestones. We're showing up on WWE programming. Things are cooking here at the channel. Be a part of the Wrestling Utopia. And if you know anyone out there that likes wrestling and they're not here, be a friend and let them know what they're missing out on. What's the main event of the show? Might be the tag titles. Damian. Unless it's I don't know, the ladies ladder match, people get at it. I don't know. Randy looking at that title. I'm telling you, it's a possibility. And I think Randy and Cody could tell such a good story, Dale, that I'm all for it. Like, let's get them in there. There's history. We know the history. I'm in. I really want Cody Randy. So legacy, but Ted is now KO. Let's go. Oh, I see what you're saying. That's adorable. Yeah, he took Ted's spot. I think this is it for A-Town Down, my guy. 80, it definitely feels that way. It definitely feels like they're not on the same page. They're trying to put a Band-Aid on the issue, but they're not quite gelling. It definitely feels like something. But are they going to go babyface theory? Very interesting. Discollision. It's apples and oranges, Damian. It's not a fair comparable. It does not. Collision doesn't have a chance if it was up against NXT or, if Raw or SmackDown got moved to Saturday. It's not fair. It's not the same thing. It's a bigger dynamic, but yeah, no chance. There you go. Shout out. KJ Evans saying Orton to take Cody's belt at SummerSlam. I don't know about taking the belt, Larry, but I can definitely see him challenging for the belt. So I definitely see that being a possibility that could happen. I suggested, what if at Money in the Bank, Randy and Cody start butting heads there? What if Randy turns on him? Does that then set up Randy versus Cody at SummerSlam? The tricky part is there's so many things going on with the Bloodline, with Solo. I don't know. Might have to wait. Maybe when all the Bloodlines having a War Games, Cody's fighting Randy at Survivor Series. As we are getting an aerial view of Toronto, the big smoke. More like apples and grapes. Valid. I'll accept that. You're not wrong. KJ heading to the ring. Not even with MJF on the show. No. I mean, the fan base is so much bigger, Damian. It's not fair. It's the dynamic is not the same. It's a regular show. It's your secondary show going up against a huge pay-per-view. Not even, and no offense to MJF, but Canada's own Kevin Owens in the house. Right. I can't wait till Cody does the Homelander promo. You guys like me because I'm better than you all. Dude, I'm in with that. I mean, if we get there, dude, I can definitely go with that easy bake. He just does that flip. Earlier throughout the chat, I was telling you the interesting story about the 4th of July. Yeah, Christian, we're just trying to focus on the wrestling, but I hope you have a great time with the girl. I know she's not Kathy Kelly, but yeah, we're definitely trying to focus on, damn. Then you will be forgiven. There you go. Up next, ready, TJ. Here it comes. Are we related? Not that I know of. We might be.
I don't deny it. I think you. Yeah, 23 and me, that bitch.
Yeah. And there comes Randy.
I know you were talking about it while I was on my little pause there. Do you think you get more Randy or you get Solo versus Cody? Because you got one of the two.
Say that again, sorry?
If you're getting Randy versus Cody at SummerSlam or Solo versus Cody at SummerSlam, because you're getting one of the two.
That's where I'm. I was saying that when you were away. It's a hard show. You don't know what way to go.
Either way works, honestly, because this man, I liked how people have. I'm gonna just say this: of pulling up the picture to where Randy's looking at someone's chesticles, and he looked at it the same way he was looking at Cody's belt and has been looking at it. Of still that should be mine. And now I don't know if that does that put him at the same number as Cena? Does that put him past Flair's recognized ones or what have you?
I mean, again, with so much there, you can kind of do it anytime. I just wonder how quick they can turn it around and make it relevant.
Yeah, I think right now the bloodline stuff's the strong play that you have. Like,
Yeah,
Randy, you hope is going to be there next year, respectfully.
And realistically, maybe you stretch it for a while because maybe that is Randy's final story.
Honestly, yeah, that's not a bad shout at all. Because how do you end the legend killer? He goes after, his fucking Padawan and Cody Rhodes.
I do feel like these three guys could have came out to one set of music for a promo segment.
They all come out to adrenaline in my soul.
Yeah. Why did we need three entrances for this?
You want the Canadian guy to come out to the most Americana music?
Yeah, right.
The next closest thing would have just been America, America, America.
Yeah. Waiting for you to stop and to throw that in there.
Yeah.
You guys look like I've heard that before. I have gone on a rant about my likely
multiple times. Trust me, we're in reaction videos and everything, and that's always you can tell when someone's gotten to us is that guy related to Kevin Owens? Kevin Owens reacting to Kevin Owens.
Want to repeat and make it clear, we are 10 months apart in age. I am not his father. I am not his uncle. I am not that much older than him. Fuck y'all.
Or his brother. It's the gray, my guy. It's the gray.
It's the distinguishedness. I'm
right. Gandalf the Gray, KJ White the gray.
I'm gonna bleach the motherfucker.
Just do it. Well, when you dressed up as me, with just the fucking hair dye shit that took 2 months to get out.
It took forever. I'm surprised. You know what, Damien? There will be a day that Nick and I are at these shows in a different capacity than we are right now. But until then, I would rather be here doing this, covering these. We don't miss a pay-per-view. We don't miss the shows. We keep rocking and rolling no matter who's here or not. But I'd rather be here doing this, watching it with you guys than in the packed building. I know it sounds fucked, but I've been to plenty of shows. I'm good. There will be something that eventually gets me in the arena, but it's not yet.
To me, it's always one of those I'd rather do it of you have the Super Bowl party to where everybody comes over and hangs out at your house. I don't need to pay a fucking $1,000 a goddamn seat to go and have, a crap ass view of the Super Bowl. I'd rather be out here kicking it with everybody, on them good vibrations. Shout out Marky Mark. Watching all of this to where we can all pop together. They'll all slap hands.
Yeah, you get to an age where you just want to eat your food and be in your place. And
why would I pay more to have a better seat than when I already got the best seat in the house? Right. And that's with the Wrestling for Life Network. What?
Yeah, and again, I think that at some point there will be something, but Nick and I fully plan to be present. So,
or at the minimum, we at least plan, and we're going to have a Thunderdome. That's where we'll just have, where all the podcasts come out of. We'll just be, have our own little Thunderdome.
Right.
What do you want to talk about?
Is this the biggest lull of Canadian superstars in WWE? You'd have to elaborate on that. I think
lack thereof. I mean, let's see: Carmen Petrovich, Ariana Grace, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. There's 4 right there. Chelsea Green. I'm at 5. Should I keep going? I'm trying to think. Who else is sneakily Canadian that I forget?
PCO, Ethan Page, Josh
in WWE. In
WWE. Oh yeah, I ventured into another company. My bad. No, but did you say Chelsea?
I said Chelsea, so I made it to 5. So I mean, it's technically also the biggest lull of Italian wrestlers in WWE, but no one's talking about that either. No Bruno Sammartino, no Santino Marella.
Jesus.
Everyone wants to talk about Canada.
Yeah. Oh, poor Canadians.
Representation matters.
There you go.
This really just feels like the vets versus the rooks. Like you said it while I was on my pause. If you've got Randy and Kevin out here that literally looked like they were just shooting some beat ball outside of the school.
Yeah. Like, why is this
like a couple of guys who were up to no good? Started making trouble in Solo's hood.
Who thinks Randy Orton is going to be heel and betray Cody? I do, just don't know when.
Yeah, and it won't be at Money in the Bank.
I can't believe the Toronto fans were doing the Olay chant. That's shocking. That's actually a little sacrilege right there.
Well, he's the lone Canadian representation currently.
Montreal, right? That's a Montreal thing. So it's funny that they did it, but they did it for KO.
Yeah.
Sammy, Chelsea, Kevin.
There's going to be someone that is Canadian that we forget was Canadian. I mean, they released Jinder, so they hindered the Jinder.
What is this?
What is...
Kevin Owens getting real serious. He's talking about Toronto Hospital. It's getting pretty close, MDB.
Wow. So D's and P's for KO of saying that his parents are not here because his mother's still in the hospital bed fighting and all of that. So, man, getting real with it.
Good.
That's the thing though that always works with KO is because he's so him that he's out here bigging up his mom, and you're still like, I can't wait to see this motherfucker tear heads off at Money in the Bank. Like, it's not distracting.
Oh,
no, that's it. You're good. What?
I think you glitched up for a second there.
I did, or your brain did. We'll never know.
It could be both. Dude, this is such a great promo from KO.
I'm more serious than I've ever been.
Yeah, T's and P's out to Mama Owens. Never forget Trish.
Yeah, Trish is going to be hosting it. So, Mamma Mia, here I go again.
That was beautiful. Randy giving him a pat on the back, tear in his eye. Sorry, Cody. Sorry, Randy. KO got the floor tonight.
Oh, absolutely. And that was warranted, fit in, everything. T's and P's, 100%.
I'd be okay if KO turned on Cody too. And we got KO of Cody at some point. I want everyone to beat up Cody. I really do.
Is it because just nobody likes Cody? He's like Chris of Everybody Hates Chris.
He just needs good heel. Yeah, right. He just needs good heels. Like, I'm good with it.
He has one. It's called Solo.
Yeah, no, I know. They're running Solo for now, for sure. But I think anybody could really. Oh, wait.
What?
All right, we're back to. Sorry, I thought there was something happening, and there's not. Let's go KO.
Oh, no. I just got Mans out there in a Hulkamania shirt, double fisted and cold brews behind Corey here.
$18 drinks in his hand.
See, but you talked about this during the kickoff. It's always funny to watch, because it's literally just like 2 or 3 grown men and then children. So it's always funny to watch the grown adult out there that's like shoving children out of the way of the Smithers with the Barbie collection out there, the Malibu Stacy.
Yeah. I'm trying to get on you. I'm trying to get views on my YouTube channel. Move, children. Like, relax, bro.
She's not different. She just has a different hat.
Right? Who thinks
we're getting a highlight video of the tag team division? So, I mean, as much as we've gone on about them about the tag team division currently has been a little shite. At least they're showing you the great former tag teams of like Heart Attack or Christ, I just called out their move of the Heart Foundation, of Demolition, of the Hardy Boys, of the New Day, the Usos, the Dudley Boys, etc., etc., etc.
This is excellent. And this is what we said. Like, we saw him do it with the IC title. We saw him do it with the US title. Bring relevance back to those belts. Now he's doing it with the tag belts.
Okay. Absolutely. Well, this is a hell of a way to make a match respectfully. I didn't give too much of an F about matter.
100%, Nick. Legitimately, like, build it. Like, we were just saying how shit this whole situation
division is. Not even the match, the division.
And that whole promo was like, this is going to be, if you hadn't been watching and you just saw that promo package, that's enough to make you tune in.
Imagine that. And especially, I think, it's the best tag teams out there do it in wrestling. Of we feel kind of certain, place of a certain, nostalgia, a certain value there with the tag team division being prominent out here. So hell yeah.
Right. Yeah, man.
We're definitely getting new tag champs. No, we're not.
You don't think so?
No. I don't. I still, even with the video package, I don't forget. People don't forget that DIY comes out with shit fucking Def Rebel music, has been bland as bullshit this whole time. I think that you still get them. You need a better. I said it before. I'd rather the Profits go at the belts than I'd see DIY.
They're gonna win.
They're not, but you can have that.
I'm gonna go think about it.
There, you go think that over as KJ's taking a pause for the cause. As we are in commercial break, I will remind everybody we are the Wrestling for Life Network. We do this for anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. We got SmackDown killing right now, 100%. We're going to be back at it. Well, still going on past this for Rampage as well. I see about 99 people. I got 99 problems. Can we just get one to get us over triple digits out here and keep that thing rolling? But we'll be back at it tomorrow, 5 o'clock, right when their pre-show starts off. We'll be here live covering Money in the Bank. And then Sunday, Christ almighty, Sunday, we'll be here at 6 o'clock for Heat Wave, which stacked weekend in pro wrestling, stacked WWE premium live events weekend, as I got to make sure to not offend Swerve Strickland. I don't call them pay-per-views. Anthony's saying this promo package is making me think DIY is winning. So you're right there of, again with KJ, I'll be the one to say that they don't win. I like Grayson Waller and Austin Theory as an actual team. I think they work pretty well. I almost would have liked to have seen them paired with Logan Paul if you just get all the douche little faction together here. I find it interesting, and I'm waiting to see where they go with it, of the Austin Theory babyface turn that we're seemingly getting out of this. But I don't think DIY is the team to give the titles to. Like, that's really what it boils down to me of. I'm not sold on DIY. I haven't liked DIY, like I said, since Ciampa threw Gargano into the rampway, into the Titantron, what have you, on NXT. Since then, yes, they've still wrestled as a tag team at times and everything, even before this, but it's now gone to where it feels, because they had that whole feud, it feels like it's two single stars that are forced to play tag team wrestlers together instead of back how they were before, as true tag team wrestlers. Of that's the main focus. That's where, like, the FTR vibe a little bit of, if all of a sudden Cash and Dax went on these huge runs and were, Ring of Honor world champs separately and everything like that, it might feel a little bit different when they get back together and go back doing this tag team thing, I feel. And that's kind of, I feel, where we're at, or at least where I'm at with DIY, and especially the bland music, the bland entrance, everything just feels vanilla, that it just doesn't fully work for me right now. as I've got Bayley coming out with Naomi playing hype girl. Is it just me, or is it interesting of that Bayley is like the one champion right now in WWE that kind of doesn't seem like she has a true direction. Like there's nothing really fully going with that right now, I feel. She doesn't have a true number one contender. She doesn't have a true threat out there. Io is still on point. Io is here. Is she? Now I see Io. So you're a little ahead of me. Of Io just in the corner, just standing there looking menacingly. But Io would probably be Bayley's like top challenger right now, outside of maybe like a Tiffany Stratton or so. So yeah, I just wish that they had something a little bit more built for Bayley as a credible threat besides just whoever wins the briefcase. Because could they circumvent everything and Bayley's not even on the card, but they find a way to where, as they highlight, lost to Bayley at Clash the Castle for Viper, but they have a way to where whoever wins the women's briefcase cashes in on Bayley that same night instead of the men's, even though it looks like they're very much clearly setting up for the men's to do it. Be interesting. Io was here, got that. Christian taking Bayley for the win. So yes, folks, let me know who you're taking, whether you're taking Bayley or you're taking Piper Niven for the win here, as I believe this is an on-title fight. Bayley for the win. Yeah, it's got to be Bayley. MDB, I won't even be home for the start of Heatwave. I did that on purpose. Oh, Anthony, we didn't sell you on NXT before, my guy. We have to re-educate you, as we are underway right now with terrible pot shot and punches starting off this. A little bit of a clunk fest. Who was more underrated, the Un-Americans, Test, Christian, Storm, or the Real Americans, Dutch, Cesaro, and Swagger? Oh, that's actually a really interesting question. At least for me, because whenever I think of the Un-Americans, it's the whole segment to where they're about to set the flag on, and then that's when Kane comes out and just destroys them. And that's really their one highlight. I would say they have to be then more underrated, because that's their one highlight, is them doing the JOB, versus you have highlights of Cesaro, Swagger, and Dutch. Like, they at one point were actual tag champs, everything like that. So I guess the Un-Americans are more underrated than the Real Americans. Controversial? Who knows? Ryan saying Test, Christian, Storm. The Real Americans were definitely before their time, for real. I loved hating them. Yeah, well, I think if they kind of did that now, it'd be, like MAGA Butcher instead of Necro Butcher out there in XPW. It'd be one of those of you're getting almost too much real heat. Dutch Mantel's promos were amazingly fun. Yeah, he sounds constantly like he's a fucking Disney character just come to life, of just old woodshed man. As Bayley kicking Piper off. Pause. Oh, about to get the knee. Oh, she went reverse with a shot. I thought she was about to do the knees into the ring post spot, but I guess not. I kind of just want to hop on Piper's back and have her carry me around. Pause on that. Sorry, but fair enough. She looks like she might be able to do it. As I'm in commercial break right now, so I'll remind everybody, be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. We're still moving and grooving up to something season. It never sleeps, and often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated. Trust me, we still got plenty of tricks up our sleeve, even, tricks that are popping off that we didn't even know we had sleeves for. Dutch is a legend. Now you're going to make me damn near quote the Michael Caine, Austin Powers line of, there's only two people I hate in this world: those who are intolerable of other people's cultures and the Dutch. SmackDown is going fast. Yes, we're towards the last half hour, by the way, folks, of Friday Night SmackDown before we get into AEW Rampage. Yeah, it's how are we feeling as far as it's a go home show of, if you weren't tuning in to Money in the Bank, which why the hell aren't you? But if you weren't, has tonight sold you on tuning into it? Of if this was, you got to be Tony Khan and you got to put down that $50 to watch this pay-per-view. Are you putting down that money, or are you, I'll catch it, something smells funny? Respectfully, but Piper Extreme. All right, Polo, again, we get that they're attractive females. We understand that. Keep it above the waist. These Jesus commercials are getting out of hand. I don't know. I got people just cutting it on the guitar with Jack Daniels. So I guess that's my Jesus, is Jack Daniels. Would you mind your event Rampage with Mariah May and Hikaru Shida? Would you main event Rampage with that? I mean, sure. Wouldn't be a bad show. I'm trying to remember what else is on Rampage off the top, but that doesn't sound like a bad match. I think Cheetah wins that match because I think it's still weird, still ending of the Tony Storm match of now we're just all friends. Before it was I hate you, you hate me. Now we're all just bosom buddies. That's a little weird, a little, Tony's making sure his parents have left for the day before he books that storyline. But yeah, as we're back in action, next SmackDown will be my birthday, the 29th. Well, happy early birthday, Damien. She should be bigger than she is. Actually, kind of like her vibe. She 100% should be bigger. She's one of the few, if not the only, actual like kind of Joshi style wrestler, Japanese female wrestler that they've signed. That's actually gotten over well. As Tiffany Stratton coming out right now, just to be there, just to remind everybody. And I think that that's a nice little touch, as she's even pointing out to Tiffy Time, as we're getting a Tiffy Time chant. But as much as KJ was talking about Chelsea Green, as much as everybody else thinks that she's going to get this because, Canada. I won't say her hometown, but Canada. But at the same time, she comes out here in instant reaction, instant attention. She's, to me, the clear odds-on favorite to win this. As well, now we've got Zoe watching, we've got Io watching. So okay, so this is better to me than doing the fucking everybody has a promo. As now we've got Lyra. As now we've just got everybody watching. No one paid a ticket, but everybody's just watching close at ringside here. Instead of everybody's got a promo of, we're seeing how much I like this because you're scouting how much Bayley gets beat down, and B, because Chelsea's still kind of out here, Naomi's out here, they're both in the ladder match as well. So if they're gonna get, scouting reports, I'm gonna get them too here. As Naomi's firing up the crowd here. Should they have just made this a fucking tag match? Whose birthday? I'll have cake. I'll take a slice. Pause. I believe it's Damien's next week. On Peacock, it's $5.99 plus tax. Yes, RM girl. Yes, I know. I was saying, even then, has tonight made you want to pay that? Has tonight made? Oh, as Naomi's taking out Chelsea, as Io jumps and is taking out Naomi. Now here comes Lyra. So 1 little, 2 little, 3 little. MLW Blood and Thunder as well on my birthday and SmackDown. Well, there you go, Damien. You got all the wrestlings. As now Zoe's out here. So Tiffany's going up top. Tiffany's Stratton, moonsaulting everybody. Why was Bayley going after Tiffany with that? She's not involved in the fucking match. That was so superfluous. That's not even a fucking word. I'm not even attempt to try and say the word that I was thinking of. It was just, there was no value for her going to do that outside of it. Just sets up the distraction. Piper goes, misses. Bayley's kind of version of the blunt force trauma for a 1, 2, 3 is, so Bayley wins over Piper, as we kind of all thought.
Yeah, as expected. And cat fights.
Right. Well, how do you feel coming out of this? If this was now you had all the women's in the Money in the Bank briefcase competitors out here, different to Nia.
Now remember,
hey,
the number one contender, Nia Jax.
And who's been pairing with Nia Jax? One Tiffany Stratton.
Tiffany go after Nia?
No, that'd be one of those of the insurance policy.
Ah, fair enough.
Because I still think that there'd be one of those because of Queen Nia Jax, so she's got it set up at SummerSlam.
Right? Yeah, no, she does. Oh, wait a minute.
Aren't you supposed to be on NXT?
She's out here just
wailing away with kendo sticks.
She's had issues with Nia, though. Good for Mission. Mission Bailey would be good.
Well, they kind of dap each other up. It's interesting. Well, and it even plays into like when we were here watching NXT of her match versus Jada Parker of you don't belong here. You're a SmackDown superstar. Why the fuck you mess around in NXT?
Right. Mia Yim.
Hey, as look who's walking off together. Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax.
That's scary. But Nia could beat the living piss out of Bailey at SummerSlam. Tiffany could cash in. Bailey finds a way to win, but Tiffany cashes in, and now they got to figure out if they're still friends. As we are getting Sammy and Friends, a recap from last night. They did a show, and I believe it was the Danforth Music Hall, which is one of my favorite venues.
Fair enough. Well, when they were showing that, I was like, where's Braun Breaker going to show up and just spear this man into oblivion?
Right?
Just right into that couch.
Lear is going to win it, says JV.
No. No.
For the love of God, no.
No, just for the love of God, no. Stop it.
Mm-hmm. Macho Man in the front row. I'm pretty sure, Larry, that guy goes to a lot of the Canadian events. Always dressed as the Macho Man.
Hey, he's Maple Leaf Man instead of Macho Man.
Right. There we go. We are live tomorrow at 5 p.m. Trish is hosting. So, C Money owes me a 10 out of 10.
I was going to say, well, you have more things that are popping off than 2 thumbs up.
At least they're showing the correct city this time. 5 p.m. tomorrow. What the hell? We will be live.
Yeah.
Biggie, Wade Barrett, Michael Cole, and Jackie Redmond, Canadian.
Well, and if that's what Biggie, the most that he can do, I'm fine with it. I think he's still fantastic at it.
Right? If Becky returns, Lear wins it. But I don't think Becky's returning.
Why the fuck would she return then?
Yeah. Christian, not sure. My fave. Yeah, Trish just got better with age. She went from like a 10 to a 45. At 45.
Jesus.
The turn-up starts at 2 p.m. my time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the carrots and the cabbage?
That's a dork ass fucking joke, my guy. That is the What was that? Did you get hacked by the Wyatts?
Maybe. Another big match on Rampage. Kyle Fletcher. Yeah, it is still Beach Break Rampage, by the way.
Yeah. It's still, if you're gonna call it that, do something with it. Make it, you don't gotta go full in a pool, but at least make it have some sort of vibe that's beachy instead of just bullshit.
Yeah, no, just bullshit.
NXT does it with the in your houses and everything like that. We've got boogie boards and
Yeah.
Fucking mini pools and all that shit.
Yeah, not very beachy. I want, yeah, let's go old school and go back to the actual beach.
Exactly.
Right? I don't know, where were they on Wednesday? Because I know like last year's beach break was in like Ohio. Known for their beach.
Oh, why do I feel like it was in Boston?
Actually,
I'm
you
gonna
might
have
be
to
right
double
about
check.
Boston.
I think it was in Boston.
Yeah, Boston.
No, someone was in Boston. It might have been WWE.
Right?
I'll double check. You talk to the peoples. I'll double check real quick.
CEO versus DMD, has it sold you it? Not yet. But I do think they've got the right rhythm with it, as far as at least they're not trying to make Sasha the baby face and DMD be the heel of the situation. DMD stepping in the hometown pop. What?
No, Beach Break was in Chicago. So yeah, the WWE was in Boston. Beach Break was in Chicago.
Yeah, the Windy City, known for their
historic and beautiful beaches.
Right.
But I liked how even the crowd was shut off at Mercedes. And T's and P's to Britt of, I know we had talked about, of she just kind of went off into nowhere. But what she said to where she had a stroke and everything, I almost don't want to say it because I don't want to speak about it and let that shit be floating out there. But yeah, that's scary. So I'm glad that she's still doing what she's doing, but I like that she has to be the baby face in this angle. You have to have Sasha be the heel outsider.
Yeah. And Sasha is naturally phony. She is
phony.
Yeah. I mean, again, just be what you are. And again, nobody cares. And all these stories, it was so hard for me to do the Mandalorian. And shut up.
This is what you're doing. This is what I want you to do.
Right. You're not as good as you think you are. And again, you're not terrible. And her in-ring work is good, but her personality sucks.
I think it all sucks, but that's my opinion.
Have Tony Khan come out and float. Yeah, floaties and the sunscreen on
the little sunscreen and everything. Yeah. Well, is it amazing that already Paul Heyman sold more of getting decimated by the Bloodline than Tony Khan sold of getting taken out by the Elite?
Mm-hmm. And do you see Paul Heyman on TV today? No.
He's not out there in just a neck brace, and it's so great to be out here. Fuck off. TMD outshined the CEO. That was a lot of she sells by the seashore shit a bit.
Because DMD comes off genuine.
Fair enough.
It still hurt a little bit. All right.
Next Friday, Mitchin versus Nia Jax and Corbin and Cruz versus Los Lobos, Los Lotharios here.
Yo, did they cut off? They get rid of from Umberto?
Angel and just Berto, not Umberto, just Berto.
They're winning, dude. DIY is winning.
No. Nope. Mm-mm. No.
I chose this place.
That's great. You're gonna lose where you wanted to fucking fight.
The CEO came from my girl Alexa Bliss. We got issues now. Fucking right, Anthony. You leave Alexa alone. Toronto, let's go. Let's go. And I think this is our main event, guys.
And what's got to be, as though we're walking through Gorilla. There's Bruce. There's Paul. Cameraman got caught up.
You have this really cool moment, and then music playing, and it's fucking horrible.
Yeah. Bro, they're Canadian. They're representing Toronto because they just have some blue and white on their gear. Like, this is the most minuscule attempt to be the babyface overs, I feel.
Yes. DIY, new tag champs. Billy Starks versus Red Velvet and Athena versus Queen Aminata. Death, yes. Death Before Dishonor. Yeah. again, a little bit of a swept under the rug.
Yeah, 100%. That whole promotion, that whole pay-per-view is swept under the rug.
A little bit. Now, folks, get in that chat. Give us your prediction. Who leaves SmackDown WWE Tag Champions? Will it be DIY or will it be the Douche Canoes?
A-Town Down Under, 100%, my guy.
Nick going for the Canoes in Canada.
Absolutely. I'm going down Niagara Falls, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I think that they still at least 100% to me. I'd rather see them with the belts past tonight than I would DIY, personally.
Say that again?
I would rather see Austin Theory and Grayson Waller with the tag belts post tonight than I would DIY.
Fair enough. There's not. Now, I just wonder how this whole issue between Waller and Theory works.
If they lose, then you pull the fucking trigger 100%.
Right.
You pulled the pin on the grenade. If they lose, then he has to explode, and then that's when the turn happens. I can still see to where we wait for that to happen, and do we potentially get DIY kind of have that kind of falling out?
Yeah. Sorry, I got distracted by this. Nick picked the Canoes. They're definitely losing.
To hell with you, and to hell with them.
Snooze, Canoes, lose. Get a few brews.
No, are we just trying to recreate the Down by the Bay? Play with some play. Hey, what do you say?
DIY.
Next Friday we'll be in Worcester, Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Nick's barrels are $100, money up front.
Exactly. No refunds.
DIY for the win. DIY for the win. KJ, the Queen of Naboo.
Padme?
Padme?
Did I get a dorky Star Wars question right?
Right. Both entrances. I don't like either entrances. I agree. They're so generic.
But that's what makes like a Jacob Fatu entrance so great, because it's so not generic. It's impressive as shit, and it's one of those it's the perfect counter to Roman's super operatic-y final boss entrance.
Yeah.
It is Roman's primal fucking Scorpion, get over here entrance.
Yeah. How do you feel about this camera? Jeez, I like it. We're in the
8K.
ring. They're like doing like the blurring.
Well, yeah, it's literally because they shoot it in 8K, so it's so fucking hyper focused on everything in front of it that everything behind it just blurs out.
Nick loves DIY.
Boo!
DIY isn't going anywhere, because if they do win, then what do you do with them at that point? Again, if they lose this match, I want Ciampa to turn around and kick Johnny in the face and move on.
That's the thing, is I'd rather see them split up as single stars than see them continue as a tag team.
No, I think they're going to win, and then Triple H is going to start. I think they're going to try. He's going to try and build the tag team, at least on SmackDown division, around DIY. And
what heel do they have to face besides these two?
Well, they said we just got that big old promo package where I feel like they are trying to dial this up and give us solid tag team wrestling.
As we've got all four men just throwing hands right now. Chairs taking DIY. Yeah. Boston Masticolioli. Formioli. Ravioli. Give me the formioli.
Pat on the back spot as we go to commercial break.
Of course we do.
I feel like we just came back from one.
I feel like we did too.
Waller turns on Theory and joins DIY, and you start pushing Theory as a face. Yeah, but he'd be turning face to join DIY technically.
He goes back to the way.
The way.
Which is weird because Johnny's wife is heel, so he's the baby face. It's just all a bunch of not good.
I'd rather have No Way Jose than
No
The Way.
Way Jose. as JV pointed out, by the way, Nick, Pretty Deadly are heels. Yeah, but they're not your fucking top tag team right now. You don't need to. They're good, but they're not tag team champions right now.
But I think if you think about it on paper, as far as what Triple H might be up to, is he feels like if he can get certain tag teams in the ring together and just let them bang, we might get some really, really good matches. Like a Pretty Deadly DIY might be a hell of a match.
Yeah, not for the title. Because I already mentioned a match earlier tonight that would be better for the title that we could have of Street Profits versus A-Town Down Under. That's a better match already right there.
Okay. But I mean, what about the Profits going versus DIY? Just in ring. Like, I think that it has all the potential to bang too.
But does DIY, is it part of that by the time they get in the ring, by the time that bell rings, that you're already kind of mid on them? That DIY, they could do 27 Hurricane Radas and all the fucking Tiger Drivers and Tope Suicidas and everything. But because you already start off on them, that they're already working from underneath, you're already fighting up against the hill.
100%. I mean, it is a big issue right now where you're just not into them. So even if they do go in there and do some cool shit, I'm not that into them. And even that spot there, like every match I've seen with them as of late, they do the same shit. Like they do the topes, they jump up on the apron, they you know what? I'm not. It's not that over. Stop doing it. Do it in spot, like selectively do it.
And it's always the commercial spot. And as Boston Boston saying, so Nick, how do we build a tag division if we don't put these tag teams in big spots for the titles? I'm not saying anything against this match. I'm just laying out of why I don't think they win the match. You can still have them in this spot for the titles. You can still have this big moment. They're not leaving with the belts. I'm not arguing the match in concept. I'm arguing the result.
Fair enough.
Right.
But, and I definitely see what Boston's saying as far as, again, I mean, if you don't have it, you got to start somewhere. So you put tag team, the tag team division in the main event spot tonight. Hopefully this match is good no matter who wins. And again, you start looking at, all right, what can I line up as far as quality matches to get this over? We'll see.
Fair enough. Well, Kirby out here saying no tag team can afford a loss.
I mean,
well, no tag team's gotten a win, so I think they've all been afforded losses.
Right.
Geekbox, random, but starting to get suspicious that Charlotte Flair seems to be really trying to make a point that she's at home this weekend. So I wonder if she might pop to Canada.
Interesting. Now, I think original prognosis was like September, but I heard she was doing extremely well with recovery.
Oh, yeah. She's a freak of nature. She's a genetic freak. And boss, what will be wrong with them going for the tag titles is that you have better tag teams at the division that could be fighting for the titles. That's what it is. Well, you can still do it to build to the titles, but it doesn't need to be for that. I get you could do it. I just would prefer not to.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, to me, it's not the longest of lines. Like you mentioned the Street Profits, okay. And then who? Pretty Deadly, one of the only solid tag teams you have, like, kicking around.
I'm trying to remember who the tag teams are on SmackDown.
Yeah, right. New Catch Republic's kind of up and down, but how are they as tag champs? I don't know.
Oh, big chop from Gargano, or big slap to the chest, I should say, on the Austin Theory.
JV kind of gave us the whole division, which is kind of sad.
Yeah, shit. So, New Catch, babyface, Dudley heel, DIY, babyface, Down Under heel, Profits, babyface. You've got 3-2. If that's your whole division, that's a shit division because there's no depth.
You need Guerrillas of Destiny to get their hands on those belts to, like, let's fix this.
Oh my shit. Yeah.
Right. Now we're talking. Now we're cooking a little better. And they can stomp on a lot of those babyface teams. Even the Profits could be very babyface.
The OC is supposed to be here. The Good Brothers. as well, but they've been fucking around with NXT. But yeah, well, the second that God gets those belts, game over, man. Oh, Canadian Destroyer from Gargano on the wall or on the outside there. Little slingshot destroyer.
No, same thing. But Corey just said, I don't know what you call it because it was like a Hurricane Rana destroyer, DDT, pile driver, like not DDT.
All of the bad news bears right there just happened in one move.
By the way, Raw has it worse. Yeah, that's what I think. That's why I like we got a big promo about tag team wrestling tonight.
Yeah, that's good. I still think there's one good tag team here, and there's one formerly good tag team.
Mm-hmm. Gallus versus DIY. Give me Gallus on the main roster.
Yeah, 100%. Well, shit, they had Indi and they released them.
Yeah, that's true. And they could
you could have had you've got AOP. Yeah, you know me.
Now, they're on Raw doing shit.
Yeah, but you could have had Cross and Indi, or you could have had Jinder and Indi versus Cross and AOP. True. And tell me that's not a fucking badass trios fucking feud there.
Big neck breaker, 2 count.
2 out.
Go back and find the Halloween episode, Tony. Then you see
what
the Blackbeard.
Oh yeah.
And back to commercial break, folks. I will take a second to remind everybody, be a friend, tell a friend. Let's get our numbers up. We are rolling. And again, the subs have been crazy. The love and the outpouring over the last couple of days has been outstanding. So we are here all weekend long. We have Money in the Bank tomorrow. We go live at 5 p.m. Eastern time. Then we're back Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern time for NXT Heatwave all through next week, all through all your favorite wrestling. And don't miss a beat. And like I said to you earlier, Boston, click that bell. Ring the bell.
Can you ring my bell? Ring my bell.
Third break in the first half of the match.
Yeah, seriously. You had it in the intro. You had it after the pat on the back spot. So we've got 10 minutes left, and we've already had 3 breaks in this fucking one match.
Right. We also need the Creed brothers to stop being green. Yeah, and they got to kind of get a little more TV time, a little more love.
They're not. I don't think that they're green in that sense. I think that they haven't been used. They're waiting to put them with Gable.
Yeah.
They're waiting in the wings.
That's why, listen, I've been very, very, very pro Wyatt 6. Very pro everything they've done. I've spoken highly of it time and time again. I will admit I'm very perplexed why they went, and I get it. Oh, you abandoned his family. It was just weird that you had Chad in the middle of this heel turn where he was dismantling the Alpha Academy, and you thought that would play out. And all of a sudden it turned into like now this newly turned heel is being chased by the spooky folk. I feel a little bit flawed in that.
To me, it's just not even the fact that it's Gable. As I see someone say, yeah, Boston saying keep Finn and JD as a tag team. Absolutely. I said before of that they should have been a thing. But it's weird to me that the Wyatt 6 even has a target initially. Like I thought initially when they showed up, it would be non-discriminate of everybody's getting fucked up. If it's always on site with everybody, and then you get into the reasonings, the why, the who's this, the how's that, everything, instead of already funneling everything towards a target, feels too fast, too soon.
Yeah, and I still
in wrong place too, a wrong person.
Yeah, I mean, you're not. Yeah, again, I like what they're doing. I like the Bo Dallas promos. I just a little bit of a critique for me on that. And I still think they should have sprinkled a little bit of Wyatt into SmackDown. Even if it was just a couple flicker the lights or like remind us, because we were doing all the Wyatt stuff weekend and like every show. And now we're waiting that once a week. They don't really have to do a lot, but they can kind of keep that tease going.
But is it to the benefit of Raw you're very much stay to Raw? Like, yeah, you watch SmackDown, the Bloodline. You watch Raw, the Wyatts. That's your factions you're paying attention to. You've got polar opposites.
But I agree with you. I thought they'd be a little more like chaotic, and like each week, we'd see little moments like that first, their first presentation, they murdered everybody, and then since then, like, why not show up the next week and take out one person, even if it's a crew of security guards at the door? Like you can't lose the momentum. Oh, wait a minute.
Two count.
As Theory, Waller hit Theory, so they're
Oh.
fucked. We're getting new champs, folks.
No, Shatter Machine. They just hit the Shatter Machine. Two count, or the Big Rig. Sorry, whatever
it was.
Goddamn tag team maneuvers.
Creed brothers need to find change their finisher.
No, they worked super well as a tag team.
I like their finisher. I don't mind it.
Yeah. Oh, Waller pulls out Gargano and just now. Here's the thing: just clatter someone with a fucking belt and you win. I don't care if I lose my DQ. I retain my belt.
Theory with a roll-in drop kick into a
rolling kind of like a blockbuster, unprettier kind of move there.
Yeah.
Into a two count.
I think Chad and Jay. You know what? You could be very right, Geekbox, with this one. It's just residual damage.
I just don't get why him. Like, I get they tie it in, but it's still. I would have liked if you had it. Everybody gets taken out, and then you explain why. You break down each individual.
Yeah. And like I said, I just felt like it interrupted what we were telling with the Alpha Academy.
Oh, 100%. It fucked all of that up.
Oh!
Lumbar check. Son of a bitch. Oh.
Touche back.
Super kick and knee. 1, 2. Theory just barely gets the foot on the ropes. Let's go.
Waller struck Theory.
Keep hope alive.
They did hit a shatter machine. Yes, they did.
I get confused with the fucking different names off of between promotions. I was like, which one is it? Roll through 1, 2. Two count.
With the tight. Crowd is behind DIY. And the turn is pretty good.
Gargano escape. Not this way. As grabbing his hand, and you will not tap.
He's screwed. They're screwed.
No, that technically would have been a tap, though. Of
tap it. Tap.
Yeah, Waller taps.
I knew.
Boo! Boo! As per usual, I am wrong again.
It was a good match.
It was good in the back half.
I thought the whole match was good. I thought it was a really solid match. And your new tag champions, DIY. Crowd went wild. Crowd's still going wild. That was a good match.
That's just because y'all fucking Torontonians haven't seen a winner in fucking forever. So you just cheer for anybody. You cheer for anybody out there that'll win a championship on your fucking soil.
Right? Does Grayson Waller in theory go wide right?
Fuck off. As literally everyone in the chat, Nick's wrong again. Yes, I know. At this point, it's starting to become the curse. If I pick you to win, run.
Hey, listen, Corey Graves selling the shit out of this.
Like I said, the back half of that was a great tag team match. I'm just now really curious of where we go with DIY. Because they weren't super over before this, going into this. Like, let's not pretend that they were a wildfire, like they were getting these reactions everywhere else at all. So they're not going to be getting those same reactions post this, I feel.
He'll be curious. And again, I think it's incumbent of Trips now. Like, you DIY's your champs. You better have some people to come after them and make them matter. So we'll see.
Right. As now we're getting The Pyros, well, and of course, though, they're very much Triple H guys with DIY of Tommaso and Gargano. Those are Triple H guys.
Yeah. Oh, big time. Now, this is a really good question from Geekbox in the sense of, well, damn, why didn't they just do that 24 hours later for the pay-per-view? Oh, wait, we got Solo. Hold that thought.
Yeah. This is a
follow.
Huffle Fluffle. Try to translate. Did terrible.
These are the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
California dream.
So if you were just tuning in, folks, the match came to an end and we are getting a pre-tape with Solo and the Bloodline.
He's very much out here like the Godfather. You come to me on the day of Money in the Bank and you want my falafel waffle.
Yo, I'm telling you right now, Roman is closer than we all think. This man is literally swinging at Roman. Look. He can try and take it from me. I'm the tribal chief. He's not the tribal chief. The Solo has leveled up.
100%. I've said this. He's Suge Knight Sako out here, but you've got time. You've got runway with this. You can let this a little simmer saute of if he doesn't show up tomorrow night, he shows up in Cleveland, Ohio. And I still, as much as this man talks that talk, because that's how you end it. And that's a fucking hell of a way. That's a hell of a fucking visual right there. That's a mafiosa. That's gang shit. I am not gang. I do not gang bang.
It's death row. It works.
Right.
Man. It is outstanding.
But the second that you start to hear the ho he ho ho for Roman, Solo shitting bricks, because that's the thing. Man can talk that talk until the big dog shows up.
Is there any?
It's just fucking good. At the end of the day, it's just fucking good.
So tomorrow, Solo has Cody by the. You're not going to do it in that spot, especially with the Seth.
He doesn't show up tomorrow. He's not showing up till at minimum SummerSlam, if not past that.
I wonder if they're going to. Actually, I don't know what they're going to build. SummerSlam makes sense if you do Cody Solo.
SummerSlam, Cody versus Solo, and that's where you get the ho he ho ho.
It just surprises me they're going so aggressive at Roman if they're waiting to SummerSlam for him to show up.
That's less than a month away. We're in July. That's August.
Time flies.
Yeah, I'm surprised that we haven't gotten a Jimmy yet. If we get Jimmy before Roman, I'll feel much more comfortable we're getting Roman than if we don't get Jimmy and just go straight to Roman. Because then he just shows up and he's outmanned and outgunned, and so then what? He just gets beat down, and then you look like a tribal bitch instead of a tribal chief.
Well, maybe the tribal bitch needs reinforcement.
Right. But you should have, if you're the true tribal chief, you have those reinforcements set up before you get there.
Does Roman have that arrogance that, like, when I walk out there, I am the tribal chief and you will all bow and knee to me. All four of you will bow to me. And then he learns the hard way. He fucks around and finds out. If they didn't
do the pot shotting at Roman there, I thought it could have been one of those of that that Solo would have sat there and acted like he was keeping the seat warm, like you didn't know where Roman's allegiance laid. Now that they've pot shotted at Roman, that's gone out the window, and so now he's got to show up with reinforcements. He's got to show up for war, or he's gonna just get beat down. Like, respectfully, Roman, you ain't taking down this right now. It would, if Roman beats them clean and just destroys them, it kills them. So you've got to have Roman get beat down, which kills kind of Roman a little bit. Unless you just, he's Iron Man to Thanos.
Yeah, he makes a mistake. He's Batman, shows up to take on Bane before he's ready, right? Like,
oh, you think Paul Heyman was an ally? I was motive in it.
Samoan, you say?
That's right. I didn't see a Samoan until I was a younger man, and by then it was merely a cookie.
Does Tala Tonga show up? A lot of rumors would Tala be the one, because as you notice, we got a Bloodline package. We never got the Bloodline present.
And also, we kept everybody's faces a little shadowed. And it's also a way of you can have Jacob there without having Jacob there.
Well, and in addition to that, I will point out to the chat, for those who read nonsense online, it was Jacob that put the necklace back on Solo. Jacob is very subservient to Solo. They are positioning this perfectly at this moment.
It has been just, it hits all the notes that you didn't even know needed to be hit.
Yeah, 100%. And it is. It's complex. It's clicking. It's doing really well. Folks, SmackDown has come to an end. Nick and I are going to hang around. Rampage apparently is on somewhere at some time.
Well, people were giving their ratings already for Friday Night
SmackDown,
the Go Home show.
You took the words out of my mouth, sir. We will take a rating out of 10. If you watch SmackDown, how did you feel about it? Give us a rating. Tell us why. What did you like? What did you hate? I'm not blown away. I'll put it that way.
Well, I'm Cap for life, and how a fitting name. And of course, you would have a Dolphins skin logo as a Bills fan for me. But love the storyline, even when there's no storyline. I feel like you're trying to say, okay, so you corrected yourself, a bloodline versus bloodline. So I thought for a half a second with the name like Cap for life, this man was just out here trying to be and was just about to get that Samoan spike.
Yeah, I think the sentiment of kind of what we said is like Roman went babyface without even being on screen. Tonight they weren't even there. There's no real story continuation right now, but the story still, you're still very invested in it with very minimal. Like I
Roman Reigns turned heel better, or turned babyface better than MJF turned heel. And this man got a tattoo and everything and was actually on the screen, and Roman Reigns hasn't shown up on television at all. Well, and that's literally favorite versus favorite right there for me.
And that is partly why I have issues with the way MJF played out. Was you just had him show off the tattoo a couple weeks ago, and nothing's really happened. He had a battle with Rouge, he had a battle with Hitchero, and then decides, "Oh, fuck it, I'm just gonna kick this guy in the nuts." Like, to me, there wasn't enough there.
Fair enough. As
we are Joker,
right? We've got Commander taking on Rouge, and of course, we've got the Rouge running wild spot of this man's got to throw his opponent into every barricade. Everything. Just that's how he's just running the ropes out here. He runs barricades instead of ropes, folks.
Yeah. I don't know why every single one of his matches have to go out to the floor. Every single one.
He's because like he can't do it in ring.
What?
Because he can't do it in ring.
It's disappointing that way, is it not?
Yes, 100%. It's an issue. It's again, though, I think it's when you let a little bit of the inmates run the asylum too much of. 100%. No, there's going to be 3 other matches tonight that go outside. You stay the fucking ropes and everything like that, and you have the match that you have because your match doesn't need you to go outside, because then it's bigger when we do go outside instead of every match has that.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think that, yeah, I mean, again,
here we go with again the fucking weed whacker, fucking extension cord spot again. A trope of every Rouge match that should be disqualification. Like, is the ref blind? Yeah, 3 blind mice out here.
Everyone else watched the attitude just completely change the minute Rampage. We were just like we're the 2 guys up in the peanut gallery.
The fucking exactly. Well, I can't. Waller and Statlander or whatever the fuck. Statler and Waldorf. That's what it is. I was close. I was making it wrestling with Statlander and Willow. I got you. Waller. Statlander and Willow. And here we go. It should be a DQ, even though the ref won't pay attention.
Right. 3-1, 2.3. I'm not sure what that's in reference to. If that's overall, ouch.
Rating for SmackDown. Yeah, well, because I saw 9, 7.5, 8, 7.5, 7.75, 8.5.
Click on them.
Okay. Well, I didn't know. I didn't want to interrupt. 8.5. 9, 7.75 out of 10, 7.5. I feel like we might have got some more. 8 out of 10, 10 out of 10. I learned Trish is showing up tomorrow. 7.5. 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10, 8, 9. So we're kind of a smattering, but all around the 8 area. Pause.
All right. Interesting. I think I'm actually surprised that the overall rating is as high as it is.
Fair enough. Well, Ken bringing up Zilla too as well. Yes, we could see Zilla being out there. I've seen people mention the honorary Oos could get involved in this.
Mm-hmm. That's what I thought, but then again, you have Tonga. Where's Lance? Where's Lance?
Lance, you've got like you said, you've got. Go ahead.
Lance was the first one of them rumored to be coming. Lance was the first rumor ahead of everybody. Jacob, everybody.
He's the one that's got Anawahi in the last name. He's got to be showing up with Roman.
Right? Lance is on that fucking Veer Mahan train.
Well, and then now you get, but that's the thing is now you just remember who else is Polynesian, who else is in this goddamn bloodline. Like you said, now we've got Rikishi's fourth son might be the one showing up out here.
We're all in there.
Did you know he had a fourth son? I didn't. Did you?
I did not. I thought it was.
Why does his fourth son look like he's older than he's their second dad? This man looks like he's older than everyone else in the family.
It looks like he had a kid with Tad.
You never know. But it's just crazy. And then there's even still people have talked about the possibility if you bring in Naomi, you bring in Naya, this can go the best of ways, which is how it's done so far, or it can teeter real quick into the NWO. When you get all the factions.
Yeah, you can't go too far. You can't go full NWO, my guy.
No Wolfpack, no Silver and White, no Hollywood, no factions and factions and factions.
I think this is very much Black and White versus Wolfpack right now. But when they started adding on, when fucking everybody and their uncle were in the fucking Virgil, what the fuck are you doing here? Like everybody, like
the Disciple, which is just Brutus the Barber, just with a beard.
And it got really annoying on the show of just like, oh fuck. But at the end of every show, someone ran out and you're like, what team did he pick? What t-shirt?
Hey, when you had the fucking B team in the NWO, that's a problem. It was like Stevie, Virgil, Scott Norton, and was Disco in there? I feel like Disco was in there for a bit. They had a solid like B team of like NWO players.
Scott Norton and fucking Buff Bagwell.
But versus this, at least like you said, this feels like Hollywood NWO versus Wolfpack is back, goes a mass destruction. Gets to see the bad boys of wrestling.
Disco Inferno ended up in one of the NWOs. Like, what are we doing?
That's what I thought. Yeah. Well, I would still take Disco over Virgil. I'd take Disco Man over Tenor Man.
There you go. You guys are the Blue Chew of YouTube wrestling streamers.
You get a star for that, motherfucker. That needs to be. No, that's 100%. That's a fucking phrase right there, my guy. Someone tell Conrad that we need to be on ad-free wrestling and all of that right there. We'll pitch your Blue Chew, motherfucker.
Right.
We are the Blue Chew.
Oh, Bad Luck Fall A is another one out there.
He's peripheral at best. He's Tongan Polynesian. He's not. Again, we're just getting all to like Zion Quinn. We're gonna bring him back because of this. Fucking Boa. Do you look like you could be a Pacific Islander?
Right. I think the high of the last match inflated some ratings because you're right. The show overall wasn't amazing. I was really like, I'm thinking less than a lot.
Nobody home. Sorry.
Oh, my bad. Go.
No, that was it. Really.
But yeah, like I mean, I thought the main event was very entertaining. I thought it was a good tag match. I liked the finish. I think Trips is up to something, even though right now we might be looking at a blank canvas thinking, what the fuck is he doing? I think there's a plan here that he's trying to do something. So I don't mind the change. It wasn't like A-Town Down was on fire. So I'm okay with this. They just have to do something with it. What else did we get tonight that really stood out? The KO promo was awesome.
The KO promo, the start of the show with the yeet.
Yeah,
it
he
was
really
kind of it was a fluffer and under sandwich, and I'm putting this out there as a New Englander. I hate fluffer and under sandwiches, but it was very much one of those of should have been good, started off good, ending good. The middle was kind of meh, was kind of just mid.
Yeah, I think we kind of got into like the Indi match, which I mean, it was like the Indi, like it was kind of a throwaway match. I mean, I thought they did a pretty good job of getting us hyped up for tomorrow.
There's a lot of tag matches.
A lot of right out of the gate, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't overly, pumped about the show. I like the finish. I think maybe with the finish, I'll go up to 7.5. I'm not that far off, but 7.5 for me.
Fair. I don't want. I'll go 7.25. 7.25. Well, I don't want to fully go 7 because I feel like that's almost too low. Like 7.5, I could argue with. So I'll just for the sake of halfway being difficult, go 7.25.
Right. Steve Nash loves Disco Inferno, like the basketball player, the Canadian guy. Wait, you mean Kevin
Wait,
Nash?
what? Yeah, New England. That explains no. Don't you lump me up with the fucking New Englanders? I'm a New Yorker. I just happen to live here, motherfucker.
Right.
Trust me, I came down here and felt like I was cheating on the Yankees, having to only be able to get the fucking Red Sox games.
The Blue Chew World Order.
I'm
gonna reach out to
Blue Chew for life. Yeah, again, by the way, hashtag not sponsored. We need Blue Chew and Manscaped need to be our sponsors, and we'll get fucking a THC or a CBD company or something too as well.
Better sex delivered.
What the fuck did you just say?
That is the Blue Chew slogan.
I don't want you to repeat it, but moving on.
It's always good when the better sex is delivered. Don't sleep on Apollo and Corbin tag team. I think it's a weird tag team, Nick.
Yeah, it sounds like a fucking space launch thing. Apollo Corbin, the Apollo Corbin fucking satellite's about to launch off next week.
You're not wrong.
Well, it's just the name Apollo, but it's still. Could we not throw Apollo and his half Nigerian persona out there with Oba and Omos, and you just get the Nigerian nightmares?
Are they fearful because they kind of did that before in a horrible way, and they don't want to really run back up that tree?
Right, but he who shall not be named does not work here no more. He can't even get in the building, so you can just call off with that. But then again, one Brucey P still might have his fingers in that. So yeah.
Right. Did you know
as Roosh picks up the win over Commander in a match that happened?
There you go. For those who were curious, Blue Chew comes in active, busy, popular, and pro packs. That's amazing.
Bro. So like fuck, I want to say it, but so like you're filming shit if you're buying a pro pack of that shit, my guy.
Right,
you're hoping to. You're hoping to.
You work hard for your money.
You got a hardwood. You were walking around with a Singapore cane.
Right. Sorry, just funny how things get sidetracked when Rampage is on.
Yeah. By the way, shout out our female audience that is strongly left at this point.
See, Money, there's so many things wrong with this statement out loud. Blue Chew House Party Pack.
Nope. Moving on.
Are we having a fishbowl party? What are we
brought to you by Hot Tour.
Oh shit. I'm not gonna lie, I'm peeking over right now, watching a bit of the Copa.
That's fine. I'll get mad right here because I've got Konosuke Takeshita coming out right now here. And this is a guy that we talked about of people having wrong dance partners, people who should be in the main event scenes, people who should be out there going with this of top heels and everything. And why the fuck is this guy not your top heel? This guy is a ready-built made package. You out here had him out here taking on Kenny Omega, and he was the alpha to the Omega. And now he's in a washed-ass feud, in a washed-ass faction with a washed-ass manager. And when he should have been out here challenging for the New Japan title, he's 100% your biggest blue chip prospect. And I'm telling you right now, Tony Khan, an AW fan base, diehard AW fans right now, if you lose Konosuke Takeshita, you just lost your big blue chip prospect. You lost your future fucking world star. That because 100% if WWE gets a hold of him, he's your Braun Breaker. He's your next top guy that they put over. He's your Shinsuke Nakamura that can go at that level and has the size and the stature and the wrestling that goes with their style.
Hell of a wrestler. And if you take nothing else from what Nick just said, wash your ass.
Angry.
Wash your ass, everybody.
Wash your ass, wash your face.
Do the face first, folks. Just advice.
Whoa, what? What face am I doing? What?
I low-key hate Kyle Fletcher. I don't know why. I think it's his haircut.
He looks like Caucasian soccer douchebag.
He's just generic.
Yeah, well, he does kind of look like one of those default character made of like his name would be like Buzz, and you got to like just punch him in the face a bunch of times before he quits the match.
Does the Blue Meanie figure into this? Maybe. Why is Blue Meanie not a sponsor for Blue Chew?
Facts. I swear to God, right now, 100% Blue Chew. If you're hearing us out there, WWE Network heard us, so we'll see. And again, hashtag not sponsored. I don't know why I'm making this ad pitch, but we're going here. If we get a Blue Chew sponsorship, we will do our best and our damnedest to get Blue Meanie to do the ad read for Blue Chew.
Right. It's hilarious.
We cut to Blue Meanie doing a Blue Chew ad. My guy, I'll just giggle like a fucking kid with a banana. Pause.
Just the hip thrust.
Side thrust. Yeah.
Wash your
ass, wash your face, take your vitamins.
Wash your face, then your ass, folks. Just helping you out. I'll call tomorrow. You call now. I'll call now. Now, Boston. I'd rather have Rhonda shear up all night.
I don't want to know that. I don't know who that is, and you can have that.
Help me, Rhonda. Help me.
No, I don't want to even say fuck off because that feels like what this man's trying to do.
Right. Val Venus for Blue Chew.
No, to hell with that dipshit. Personally, respectfully, Val Venus can go himself. He needs to choppy PP. But Naked Midian should be a sponsor for Blue Chew. Bro, I'm saying this now. If we had a Blue Chew sponsorship, we will try our best to get all the 90s, early 2000s Attitude Era stars. So Taka Michinoku out there for Blue Chew, Naked Midian, fucking all that. We'll do all the things.
World's #1 boner.
Whoa. Blue Chew worldwide.
Way to ruin it already, KJ.
Right.
You gotta wash your face and your bun, not the other way around. Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't know why that got brought up at all. That's not good for anybody.
Again, apologies to our female viewership that has swiftly left the room here.
Geekbach. This is amazing. She wants to be treated like an idiot.
Give her that 5-star class A. We've got the Undisputed Kingdom, the most irrelevant thing in pro wrestling, the Pluto of pro wrestling. Right now is the Undisputed Kingdom. Christmas in July, I feel like you've gotten your fucking death notice over here. Fucking Roderick Strong out here looking like he's your shop teacher with his fucking spectacles and everything. Taven and Bennett out here looking like they're halfway on fucking vacation already. And Renee Moxley Good looking like she's having to interview like the losers that just, are celebrating sucking at life out here.
Right. Roddy Strong looks like the gym teacher that still wears short shorts. His balls were.
He's the Uncle Rico of this, 100%. Right. They are 100% though. I've said it and I stand by it. They are the Pluto of pro wrestling right now, of fighting to stay fucking even being considered relevant.
Right. Speaking of irrelevant, Rhonda Honey Shear is an American television personality. Apparently, she hosts Rhonda Shear, bras, panties, shapewear. Okay, we are completely on a side.
I would take Indi Shear versus Rhonda Shear any day. I'll put it that way. Give me Veer Mahan and Jinder Mahal. Don't hinder the Jinder before you give me any sort of Rondas.
Beaver cleavage for Blue Chew. Jesus.
Bro. Hey.
Oh.
We get meat. We get Sean Stasiak. Oh.
Right.
We get the blueprint Matt Morgan for Blue Chew. Bro. I'm telling you. Hashtag not sponsored again, but everyone... We're pitching hard, I guess, tonight. We're seeing all the blue on streaming, so we've got blue on the mind. What is this human being doing? You cut to, sorry, I mean all offense of this human being just doing the straight lawnmower fucking shit to the private party coming out. Did you not see that in the crowd?
No, I missed it.
Man doing full sprinkler, and they were the motion of the oceans.
We've created a problem.
You created a problem. You created a problem.
The world makes my head hurt sometimes of like silly shit to me. Like on the website, it says, "Does Blue Chew work?" Why would you put it on here if it didn't? Like, why would you? The article of like, buy our product. And by the way, doesn't work at all. Doesn't work at all.
Hey, they're upfront with their bullshit.
Who's your pick between Mariah May and Kura Shiba? So Hickory Sticka go to the finals. Mariah May or Shida?
Shida. And by the way, we've got Private Party versus Kyle Fletcher and Takeshita right now. So let us know who you're taking that. And no one's brought to you by Blue Chew with this match. But I'm taking hopefully Kyle Fletcher and Takeshita. As Takeshita just, that's a weird position if he's just on the floor. He's not even in the corner. Right. Now he's in the corner.
I think Mariah May wins the Owen Hart Classic and goes on to take on Toni Storm.
After their bosom buddy celebration from Sunday? No.
Look what they just did with MJF. Did that go in? Oh, what the fuck?
What are you watching?
Sorry, I got distracted. That was really weird.
Why?
Soccer.
We know you got distracted. We don't want to know why.
The Canada got scored on by Venezuela. Fucker. Weird.
You're like in the football. But yeah, no, Mariah May, no. I thought if they would have done something in that match with Mina Shirakawa and everything, that would have made sense. Now I don't know fully even where to go with this because I felt we needed to get at some point the Mariah May heel turn, and instead we've just got bosom buddies. We've got Paulin.
Yeah, I don't think that will hold. I don't think it's going to hold. And the Tony switch is so quick on everything. I really don't. I don't think it's going to hold.
Speaking of things that might hold, this shit might work, but it could. Might not work, but it could. Buy it anyway. Blue Chew. Hashtag not sponsored.
This is maybe my favorite part of the Blue Chew website is Heroes Program. All active members of the military.
Yeah, when you need your little buddy to salute you, grab you some Blue Chew. See, we're out here doing pitches.
Stand up and rise, maggot.
Right. Give us a 10 hut.
Oh, that's amazing. So anybody, and first responders, $20 off your first order, 20% off for life. So if anyone out there was in the military or a first responder, your Blue Chew is discounted. That's amazing.
What is life right now? We're out here talking about Blue Chew over wrestling. I'm not going to click on you, Adam. Not at all.
Oh,
Blue Chew Tray rolling down his tray. Is Wendy Chew brought to you by Blue Chew? Spooky Chew? Spooky Dookie Chew?
she's yeah.
Just remember,
Wendy
if you get the Blue Chew, don't let it get stuck in your throat or you have a stiff neck all day.
That's a well played.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get that.
What are the white six is that shit though? It still sounds like it's a marionette getting choked out. That's better. That's the funhouse shit. The laugh is like 10 seconds of 30 seconds.
There you go. Now you can run your flag up the pole for a little extra. Wendy Blue Chew.
Just do something strange for a little piece of change.
God
damn it. If we ain't doing that now, we ain't even get no change.
Disaster for Canada. They're still battling. It's just a horrible goal. But anyway, back to the Blue Chew. I mean, wrestling.
Right, wrestling, which was what we were here supposed to be talking about. Is we're in picture as I've got Kyle Fletcher and Takeshita working over. I'm going to just say private party because I would be remiss to try and tell you which partner is which. In the corner right now here is setting up for a superplex.
I'm going to stop looking at this website. It just keeps getting better.
Just stop. Man's going to sit there and turn around and fuck around and order a whole care package and shit.
I might actually, but it's funny because it's like enhance your sexual performance, blah, 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 blah. Improves blood flow, blah, 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 blah. Have better sex, blah, 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 blah. Berry flavored. What the fuck? Just my bad.
It's stiffy time at the 100% at the KJ household here at Castle KJ. It is stiffy time of he's making sure his drawbridge is pulled all the way up.
Right. Let's go. I think Tiffany might be a natural Blue Chew, but it's a different story.
Enough.
I closed it. It's too
right,
funny.
but you literally said it at the very end and everything. We're not getting paid by these fucks. How are we giving them this much free promo?
I know. I'm gonna clip all this and send it to them. Be like, look, did we do good?
Here's what we did. Really? They'd be like, I love it and hate it at the same time.
By the way, berry flavored tastes like shit.
By the way, berry flavored tastes like shit. Speaking from experience, I guess. Sponsored by Braun Blue Chew Breaker. Jesus. And we've already gone off the rails, and it's still only Friday night and not fully yet Saturday night. Canadian maple flavor. They get a Tim Hortons flavored Blue Chew out there.
Shit.
Maple sap
Blue Chew. Like, it's just funny that's like in mixed with the
for the sap. You have some sap, so 100% you get that maple sap flavored. I don't know. I'm just trying to come up with pictures at this point now.
There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are still watching Rampage. If you're still watching us, I'm impressed. But yeah, we are rolling along here. Rampage.
Private Party takes out both Fletcher and Takeshita on the outside here. Oh, as he puts on the Shark Week hat backwards.
Oops.
Like, man, he's a special dolphin instead of a shark out here. Swanton dolphin bomb.
Dun, dun, dun. All right.
Oh, knees up like a motherfucker with that. As Takeshita with the gut wrench kind of suplex there.
And again, people are gonna brag. Like, they're talented guys. They are.
You can already pre-order the babyface little stuffy thing of MJF of him as a babyface, and you'll get it already well after the fact that he's turned fucking heel and everything like that. Like, AEW's merch store is just trash at this point right now.
Going off the rails on a crazy,
On a crazy train.
This is poo. All right.
He called the shit poo.
He called the shit poo, Nick. One of the more sophisticated arguments of
the
Oh,
and Kyle Fletcher just sitting there washing like a dumbass. Bro, you just washed your man, just take a Hurricane Rana into a cutter and you just washed it.
I like
Eats up getting twist out DDT, and again, Takeshita very much sliding, not fully like we saw on SmackDown, to where I've never seen someone literally barrel roll into a spot to make sure they're in place. But Takeshita very much slid so he's in place.
Right.
As they take both men out. 2 count. I swear, if Takeshita loses this match, I might be done already.
Comfortable not watching Rampage this week. Feels so good. Anthony, man.
Them sounds like fighting words.
No, I was like, yeah, it's great to be back from vacay. And then Rampage started. I'm like, I'm tired.
So, what do y'all want to talk about? That's not Rampage.
Did you give a rating for SmackDown? Yeah, I think
7.25, like I said.
Oh, that's right. You went slightly beneath. Yeah.
Just beneath, just below.
Give me the price. The price is wrong, Bob.
Right, the price is wrong, bitch. I went Bob Barker on your ass.
Right.
Big boot from Kyle Fletcher here.
AEW refs are always out of position for some reason. They're just
because they're always trying to be involved in the match more.
At this point,
WWE refs were always just there, and then they got over because they were constantly there and because of huge moments.
Mm-hmm.
AEW refs are trying to be as much as part of the triple threat of this shit. Oh, twist out Blue Thunder Bomb. Sorry.
At this point, you don't need AEW refs. You could just like when someone gets a pin, the countdown comes up on the clock, like on the screen. 1.
Excalibur can just call it out, and they'll just go with it.
That's all the refs are there for. They're used.
Well, no, because you've got Clydesdale, Aubrey Hepburn there, Aubrey Edwards. That just says nay all the time.
Yeah, I think I covered her in the useless category.
Well, Remsburg is always there too as well. He's not terrible. He's a guy to me that's always halfway get himself over. Christ, he did a halfway a job with the Invisible Man versus the Invisible Stan. It was a one-man performance piece, but also at the same time you were involved in that, so you got some splatter on you too as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So now Callis and Rouge might work together. This kid, like, there's no rhyme or reason to the faction. It really fucks me up, Nick. Of like, I don't get who is and is not together. It's like being at a fucking orgy. Like, who is on who?
Who's on first and what's on second? Except there's no fucking, joke to this and everything. But it's, to me, I've said it. It's becoming more and more obvious of everybody has the wrong dance partner. You don't need the patriarchy versus the Bang Bang Gang. You don't need MJF involved with Garcia. Like, everybody has these just weird, awkward, wrong dance partners now.
Yeah. No, and again, it just doesn't make sense because you don't see them consistently together, and then you're friends with this one, and then they're like, it just, you gotta make it make sense. Like Don Callis and Rouge embrace, like the Rouge.
What has Don Callis done for any one of his fucking clients? He got Hobbs hurt. Kyle Fletcher hasn't done shit. Ospreay's a fucking babyface. Takeshita was supposed to be challenging for the world title and has been out here doing shit. Don Callis is your best, worst manager in AEW right now.
A ton of talent, a ton of ability to help, and just used wrong. That whole shit. And I don't care what anyone, as far as AEW fans go, that say, oh, well, that main event at Forbidden Door was outstanding and it was so good for Swerve. Yeah, except you fucked it up with everybody else involved, including Don Callis and his screwdriver.
Right. So we're replaying the heel turn now again of I got you and then randomly just boom, I kick you in the dick because reasons.
Can I ask you a question? because I wasn't here. MJF beats up Garcia, but Ospreay was just fighting. Where did Ospreay go?
The world may never know.
Like that beating went on forever. Why was Ospreay not nearby? What happened?
Because this was, well, I get logistically why, and I also get why you're asking the question, but they did it very much so that you got it to where you got the huge moment of you can probably try and get Garcia over, maybe repackage him. If you took this kid out, you stretchered him out, you got a way to have him out for a minute, and you're trying to get MJF over as this badass heel. But they didn't even cut to the footage, at least I didn't see it, of to where he's going at the fans. That's something I would have fucking used if I've got it, of show the visceral reaction to it instead of him just walking off. Because right there was nothing that really solidified and like sold his heel turn outside of just he decided to be a prick.
It was probably Garcia's little brother.
As Roddy Strong and the Pluto storyline at ringside as Kyle O'Reilly coming out right now. He looking like he probably also helped set up the ring and the merch store. Kyle O'Reilly.
Oh shit, Haluva kick right out of the gate.
Who in the Tony Parker is this motherfucker? GPA.
This man, holy hell, this guy is named GPA.
Yeah, this man is GPA, and he's out here looking like Tony Parker.
Oh,
where's Manu Ginobili?
GPA.
GPA. GPA. GPA.
With the librarian? Like, what the fuck are we doing here? MDP greater than
Is this their subtle way of trying to remind people who watch AEW that your GPA actually matters when you go to things and everything like that? Like, you should actually stay in school, kids. Kyle O'Reilly versus GPA right now. And folks, I know that every AEW fan likes to say, Google it. Go ahead and Google GPA right now. And I'm telling you, that fucking wrestler ain't showing up for a goddamn 3 pages on that Google search.
Right? No, not at all. We're getting deep into the search history there. Will Ospreay ask DK to put Swerve over? That's what I've heard. He shouldn't have to. Good on Ospreay if he was smart enough to do that. But again, then just let it be a really good match with a really good finish.
Yeah. You know what you don't have to do with other companies is tell your booker to not fuck it up.
Yeah. No, that don't make sense, Tony.
Right. How about we just don't? His finisher is called the Dewey Decimal System. They spelled NBC wrong. Good grief. Charlie Brown.
The chat is cooking tonight.
My man's is about to have a 1.7 GPA after he loses, as he's already lost. As we're clapping it up for Kyle O'Reilly.
So is Riley, dude, help me. Is Riley back in this faction? Is he not?
No, that's what I was about to say. If this is their lifeboat, this is their fucking life preserver. If we're just trying to cling on to something here.
Why didn't this happen then? Like, when we brought O'Reilly back, throw him instantly into the feud.
Bro, why has so much of this not happened? This is the 18th time that they've tried to make this work. We've said this from the jump of this has been bad upon bad upon bad upon bad. It's been an avalanche, and it's been fucking Schrodinger's pitfall here of they've constantly been going down, and they constantly be trying to reach for something to help them just stay relevant and survive.
Right. Tony Khan loves acronyms. GPA got that Carlos Boozer paid. That's amazing.
I told you look like Tony Parker. I got Samoa Joseph right now.
Right. Samoa Joe doing his thing. At least we didn't get Jericho on Rampage.
This GPA clearly needs extra credit. PCO would like to have some words.
Well played.
Samoa Joe should be on the other side of this equation.
So Samoa Joe shouldn't be involved. Like what they're doing with Joe and Hook and Shibata, I kind of okay with. Like he's taking them under his wing. But to be in a rivalry with Jericho and all this other shit is just it's hurting my brain.
Yeah, but what if you had a Joe and a Drew, or a Joe and a Solo, or a Joe and a Cody, or anything like
Samoa
that?
Joe shows up to even the odds for the bloodline as the
Samoan Joe with the Samoan Joseph. We got
right.
two Samoa Joes together.
Well, he's the outcast of the family tree, so not bad. I wish I had Tony's action figure collection. Yeah, because they're called human. I think I was better Booker in 12 in my bedroom last
Bro,
night.
we've been better bookers on stream, high on vitamins and high on life.
Yeah.
My guy.
Oh,
GPA. Oh, we clicked on the same thing. GPA just got sent to detention by Professor O'Reilly. O'Reilly Auto Mark.
yeah.
If you live in New England, you got that. Crooked as hell, type of wasting. Joe's nose looks fun. Imagine if GPA was MJF's protege. Don't you put that evil out there. If you Google GPA, Google shows another wrestler with those initials.
No way.
I'm gonna double check this right now. I'm gonna do mine's gonna go to Yahoo first, but GPA.
They're waiting. I think wasting Joe's talent on the learning tree. Everybody involved in the learning tree is wasting their time. Every single person. Joe's taking some bumps, yes. Crooked he's taking some shots. Is Joe part of the NOI bloodline?
No.
No. And remember they played it up and he was the outcast of the Samoan. He was the Samoan that nobody wanted.
I don't recall this, but I'm now looking at GPA, which stands for Jeffrey Percival Austere. I hope I said it's Austere. So Austere. So it's just his initials. The man has 14 years of experience.
In 14 years,
his nicknames are
fucking name. What? 14 years. That's the best name you got.
Bro, you haven't even let me get into his nicknames here. Speaking of how we were talking about Blue Chew before, his nicknames, according to Cage Match, by the way, shout out Tony Khan. So his nicknames, his first one is Mia Khalifa's favorite wrestler.
Oh, that wasn't a joke? Someone put that in the chat.
No, and that's literally, I'm on Cage Match right now. If that's his nickname, and the other one is the academic standard. That makes sense. That's way better with being GPA. That should be your fucking gimmick. Like, I liked Chris Nowinski, the Harvard kid, and everything, the one that went on to do all the books and shit about CTE. But literally, no, on Cage Match of Mia Khalifa's favorite wrestler. So let's see, titles. He's been a FU heavyweight champion, all of that. Yeah, he's currently the Zelo Pro champion.
Oh yeah, my face.
Yeah, so he's very much just wrestled in a lot of MAW, CSW, so a lot of very local promotions.
Why would you? Yeah, like you really had to get the Percival in there. Jesus Christ.
I rewatch Joe versus Necro once a year. What a brutal. Yeah, I've seen that very much. That's very much also popped up in my timeline of like the greatest wrestling match of all time, Joe versus Necro Butcher.
Right.
VHS over GPA. GPA. GPA looks too easy to draw. Or looks easy to draw. Jesus. GPA is from Chicago. Let's cut him some slack. MDB, shut the fuck up.
No.
You only say that because he's from Chicago. You're from Chicago. I'm sure Punk will make an Instagram post about GPA than MDB.
Right. We'll cheer for CMP. We're not giving GPA anything.
Yeah, I'd rather cheer for my GPS than a GPA. This Jamoke looks like he sells car insurance on the weekends as a side hustle.
Yeah, that's fact.
Hi, Nick. Yes, I am. Thank you. Thank you for noticing. As Tony Storm versus Trish Adora, I actually kind of like.
Why though?
Because Trish Adora is actually fucking good.
She is.
I know that there's no reason, but like this is again, I've gone into watching the AEW shows. Like I'm watching a Wrestling Revolver, House of Glory. I'm watching it because I know of what they are, and I know I'm the smart mark of I know who they are and why I care. Beyond, there's no story to tell me on this. Beyond that, like there's clearly nothing. I'm enjoying it or enjoying the idea because I personally know it should be a good match. They've done nothing to sell it to anyone outside of like you or I.
No, and I mean, again, it's funny because you get a better package for that match than you did for the pay-per-view match. Like that, the hype package was great.
I like how the same people, and I'm going to just say this, and you can come at me, not at KJ, but how the same people that are upset about Liv and Dom are like, this is the coolest shit ever with Mariah May, Tony Storm, Shirakawa, all that.
But my ultimate argument with this shit is who are you marketing it to? Like, who's getting off on this shit? Like, I get it. The curly
the same audience. So we talked about at the when we were watching SmackDown how we had kids in there, and you had the few adults that were shoving kids out of the way to watch the show. And I'm not trying to say that pro wrestling, especially WWE, is strictly for kids, but it's for everybody to have something to watch. You watched a lot of neckbeards that looked like they had grease and mustard stains on them fucking shirts, shoving their way to get behind Excalibur and Shivani and everything like that. Respectfully, that's a little bit who more you're booking for this. I'm still saying Tony Schiavone, every time he's booking this, he's hoping Shad Khan doesn't walk in his room because then you have to be like, there's nothing going on, Dad. Nothing. No, nothing going on here.
I just cleaned my room.
He's a big fan of American Pie. Well, I'll say when it comes to booking this match.
We'll just tell your mom we ate.
We've got Mariah May taking on Hiroku Shida. I am taking Shida to win this match. I don't know.
Mariah May for sure.
Shida.
Mariah May is going to win the Owen Hart and challenge Tony Storm.
Shida actually seems like someone who could win the belt versus Mariah May.
You can't see Mariah May as AEW champion in this weak ass division?
Not now.
No,
I know you still like you're still saying if you get to the build to the payoff here of I thought you would have done that with the Shirakawa stuff, but now that they've all become bosom buddies, I don't know what to make of that.
Yeah, I think it's just again that whole like that prolonged, stretched out shit we've seen before from Tony, where he's very non-committal. I think this sets it up.
You build the tension the closer she gets to being in the finals or winning it or whatever. Of that's when the more Tony gets kind of a little unhinged, a little more hot and bothered by things.
Yeah, I think if either one of us were writing it, Nick, we would do a better job of like making it more intense and digging it in and making it.
We would have already been past here.
Yeah, we would be. You'd have the fan base going, is it now? And then you kind of go through this motion. So you're not wrong. I mean, I understand.
If it were me, we would have already been at this point to where Mariah May is winning this and she's looking like a badass to get back at Tony Storm because she's doing this as, you know, I'm going to go on a warpath to get to you, motherfucker.
I'm coming to get your belt. Yeah.
Right. Because to me, you already should have had the fucking blow off and everything. This is already gone long in the tooth. Now this is so sweet. It's getting cavities out here.
A little bit, right? It's again, you can let it simmer too long. You might overcook the motherfucker.
Right.
Kind of where again, I think Mariah May could be a champion. I think she's decent. She plays the character well, and her matches seem all right.
Fair enough. Well, Buzzin, agree. He books like a Russo show, bro. Which fun fact? Is it funny that they had 300 some odd, bros that they had to cut out of the death of WCW and everything, right. Or at least they tallied just for one human being.
Right? Again, insane. And I know every time we bring him up, we go bro heavy, but my God,
It's also weird because we have a way to talk to bro, and bro wants to be bro about this shit.
I think what baffles me is how did that man talk himself into the things that he did? Like, who took him serious? Yo, bro, we need to do this, bro. Blue Chew
Vince
on a pole.
McMahon, that's who.
Like, who was like, this guy seems like.
Oh, as we get Sheeta and Tony Storm head to head, nose to nose.
Well, there you go. You might be right. What's up, guys? Saw you all in the documentary. Awesome stuff. Thank you, buzzing.
Yeah, we buzzing out here after this.
You're right.
Are you following the road to the CEO? Are you scanning the QR codes?
It's so ridiculous that they're doing that. Come on, that's stupid. You're stupid for doing it.
It's a lot of stupid. It's been a lot of stupid. You're getting
dumb.
Canada. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. But knowing what the QR codes mean, to tack it to this twat, it doesn't seem like a great idea. Yes, I said it. I don't mean it.
Well, no, I was gonna say, well, normally you're putting the tail on the donkey when you're pinning it on fucking party games and everything. And if there's a donkey on this company, donkey, if there's a jackass, I think we got a solid contender.
Right? Absolutely. Who killed WCW is proof that Russo is the most unlikable Vince in wrestling.
Oh, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Shit. That's rough.
It's a tight race to fucking hell. I'll say that.
Right. Vince was desperate because WCW was kicking his ass and ECW was closing the gap.
No.
Part of that's true, but I don't know where.
Yeah, half of that. The WCW thing was more of a thing than he ever worried about ECW.
No.
And ECW was one of those that was an entire different bracket. They were very much one of those that was a true alternative. They were doing anything close to what the other two were doing.
No, I agree with that. I need a GPA QR code.
Yeah. I believe that's called a GPS.
Right. Your thoughts on Big Bill and Dijak, the Twin Towers?
Oh, Jericho's just going to run into that bitch.
Yeah. If Dijak ends up under the learning tree, bro, come on now. Come on now.
Well, there's the whole talk, too, that one Ricochet is close to be showing up as well. Now, does he go by Trevor Mann? Does he go by Rebound? By, deflection? Anything like that?
I'm imagine that. I mean, unless Tony's going to pay for Prince Puma, which would be silly, I think. I predict that Ricochet shows up at Money in the Bank.
This man publicly admitted he was paying almost $2,000 a minute for a song to play at Anarchy in the Arena and everything like that. So if you can put stupid and wrestling together, it's either going to be Vince Russo, Dave Meltzer, or Tony Khan. Those are the only ways that you're mixing stupid and wrestling together and getting what people would claim to be a positive result.
Rebound?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious to see, man. And until I listen, I was the guy that until Cody Rhodes' music hit in WWE, I didn't believe it was going to happen.
You didn't believe the purple peck. You are still a purple peck denier.
I was a purple peck denier for sure. Better than a Peter Pumpkin Eater denier, I'm just saying. But I was definitely denying the purple peck. And yeah, I mean, I'm so torn with this Ricochet situation.
It's very interesting. Well, I think in our predictions title, or our predictions video, you talked about him showing up for the IC belt or costing Braun for that. So
yeah,
we shall see.
Right. Ricochet will be in the Callis family, and Dijak will be Undisputed Kingdom. Womp womp.
Yeah, but so then what would end up probably going to WWE if that's the case is Wardlow signs with WWE and Ricky Starks signs with WWE.
That'd be very interesting. And I mean, there's a lot of debate. I was trying to figure out when Ricky Starks was free. We don't know.
Well, they've very much done a better job of keeping it under wraps. It's not like with WWE, damn near down to the day.
Right. Yeah, see, money. I got it up on my second screen, and a really weird goal from pretty much half court or half field, to lead to a 1-1. But now
Steph Curry with the shot, just chucked it up there
for a hike. I don't know what happened, but yeah, the winner of the Owen Hart does get a title shot this time, guys. So male and female will both get a title shot. That's why I think Mariah May is going to win the women's Owen. Poor Jeff. We haven't talked about this. Poor Jeff Jarrett gets one of the best packages in AEW history to just do a job. Why
just to do the JOB, and you build up all the Owen connection, everything. And I know I had pitched that he could win it. The man at least needed a win, and instead, I know I keep saying this is gonna be the last time I say it because this fucking meme's dead. But they hawk cooeyed all over that whole fucking legacy there. We have Hangman Page comes out, beats Jeff Jarrett, but he's also not super in with the Bucks or anything. He's kind of just, it's a way to bring him back just because you could have brought him fucking back without that. But instead now, again, the Owen is irrelevant outside of it's going to be a title. It's now a number one contenders tournament because WWE added it to King of the Ring. So monkey see, monkey do. Anything Papa Paul does, I must do.
100%. So I don't know. I've been hearing
they shoehorned their shit into this, and like WWE's even halfway having to deal with. We might have booked ourselves halfway into a corner here, and AEW truly has because they can't book a storyline past a week.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice suplex. This is perfect from JV. Jeff Job to a heel Page, and then pulls a babyface move towards the Bucks. That sums up all the creative on this fucking company. In the sense of, like, again, when you put that in chronological order, it does not make fucking sense.
Right. Also, this crowd is quiet as a mouse fart out here. This is still the same crowd that we had for Dynamite, as I can even still pick out the guy that's now sitting down, as he was all a rage for Dynamite that was wearing the big blacked and jacked shirt and everything.
He was a plant.
Yeah, well, I'm getting so frustrated with like the constant goalpost moving on shit of just stake a thing and go with it.
Yeah, it's a pretty good match though between the two ladies. Tony makes a face at Sheeta. Glasgow kiss. I'm very into this match.
Roll through 1, 2. I got a Sheeta rolls it back through 2 count.
Step away from the Bluetooth, MTV. Step away from the Bluetooth.
Yeah, we're gonna have to come up with like the KJ Chews or something like that until we, get sponsored.
Oh, there you go. Mariah May will take on Willow Nightingale in the finals.
Oh, what are we doing? Oh, what are we doing?
I called it. That's and Daniel Bryan is going to take on either Jay White or Hangman Page. So it's going to be Bryan Page. Bryan's going to make Page look like a hero. And
I already don't like that we already paid off theoretically Willow versus Stat with this. And now, so what we get Stat that helps Mariah May win this, which you're fucking just blending stories just for the sake of putting them together.
Again, think about this. Here's your interesting dilemma. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, chat.
Rampage, they're skipping and jumping to it. Yeah.
But here's the thing.
You're going to have it. Why is Tony Storm bigging up somebody that would be challenging for it?
Their bestie.
They're going to finger poke a doom this bullshit.
Yeah. Maybe.
Sorry, I cut you off.
Maybe. Right? See you in 3 to 6 months, Gita. Yeah, facts. Roll up.
Shit, yeah. She's good. They just don't ever fucking use her.
I like Sheeta. I really do. I mean, I give her a lot of credit. I just, like you said, not really using her. Oh, yes. Sorry.
If Sheeta showed up in NXT, I'd be all for it. Because I feel like, honestly, that's where she was to go over there. And you want to get utilized. You don't want your owner all up in the storylines, all up there taking the bumps, all up in the neck brace. Come to WWE type shit. But yeah, Sheeta needs to be utilized. I think she should have won it just because she's, to me, a much more viable contender and champion holder than Mariah May. Mariah May is there for a storyline. You could do the storyline without the title. You would do it to where she challenges for the title and then falls short. Oh no.
Well, here, Nick, but here as well. Now, someone.
I am here. Yes, I am here.
Well, I'm curious if the chat, but the winner of the Owen gets a title at Wembley, right?
Yes, sir.
So Hangman Page is gone for months, and this is one of my big issues with Page. Page gets in a little rivalry, and win or lose, then he's gone for months. Comes back for a little rivalry, gone for months. He works in spurts. Maybe Blue Chew would help him too. But what my issue now is, so they're going to set up Swerve versus Hangman Page at Wembley. That's your main event. I
personally don't hate that because of what we've had set up before with them.
But I don't think
that to me works. I don't like the Elite tie-in to it.
Yeah, and then if he does reunite with the Elite, say the hatred for the Elite was a ruse, which it probably will be. Then the Elite how would you feel if the Elite have all these belts?
Fuck off.
Like, how good is that for your programming?
It hasn't been good. It hasn't been good with them without the belts. So why would it be good with them with the belts? You haven't followed up on half of this. I'm saying, to me, Hangman versus Swerve at Wembley. If we believe all the rumors, all of that of, Ospreay versus Swerve was never the plan. What have you? You get an MJF versus Ospreay at Wembley, and you also get a Hangman versus Swerve. I'm fine with that, because you already have the history, you already have the lineage, the continuity, you have the back and forth attention. We had the match to where they're literally drinking each other's blood and shit like that. You have the home invasions. You have what should be on principle of, I hate you with every bit of my fucking being. That's why I'm saying the Elite stuff getting added into it should be done. It's dumb. It's irrelevant. He got suspended from them. It doesn't need to happen. It should be Hangman shows up because he's pissed off, and motherfucker, I'm still mad at you. I'm taking your fucking belt. That's his motivation of, fuck you. You showed up in my fucking home. You fucked me in the head enough to where I had to sit there and it cost me. I got sat there and suspended. I had to sit there at home, and I've just been sitting at home, sipping whiskey and staring at walls. So now I've lost my fucking mind, and I'm unhinged, and I'm going to fucking bring it to you here. Goal, apparently.
No, miss.
Oh, I was going to say, do I need to be like the Mexican announcer of goal?
No, and you're right. Yeah. I mean, again, I just feel like Hangman's kind of getting
It's frustrating when you see that they have the pieces there and they play it so poorly.
Well, but beyond that, there's other people I'd love to see pushed, and I mean, I find it really crazy. Like, you brought in Ospreay. Ospreay's over as fuck. And what are you gonna like? What Ospreay? What? Who? MJF? Okay, just for what? The IC title? For no title? Does it need a title? Like, I don't know. It just it all feels mixed and twisted.
The biggest thing though is, and I'll say this, and fans can deny it, run from it, hide from it. Apparently we lost. But it's one of those that even you get an MJF versus an Ospreay, that's a great match. And then what? We can have everything right now. We could have a Roman versus a Solo, and we could have very easily a clear, and then what after it? We can have a Drew versus a Punk, and then you can go to either a Drew versus a Punk versus Seth, what have you. Like, there's a lot of moving pieces that interconnect well, versus these are a lot of pieces that you're hoping connect well.
Right. Jade, yeah, yes, he is. Oh, my poor TV speakers and ears. My freaking ears.
My freaking ears. I saw Liv and Damien, and they were Dom, and they were making babies, and one of the babies smiled and looked at me. I'm just thinking of the Ralph Wiggum quote of to his parents now.
Right. But yeah, I mean, all in all, not a bad night of wrestling. Rampage was Rampage. SmackDown was all right, not bad, not great, but definitely cooking on his definitely cooking for tomorrow and Sunday. We will find out what happens. What will the payoffs be? What will the storylines be? I'm looking forward to it, Nick. It's gonna be a fun weekend here on the channel. Maybe we'll find other reasons to end up back on the WWE network.
Yeah, well, 100%. I think that there's going to be a lot of surprises and a lot of big moments. I think when Money in the Bank, I've said it before. To me, Money in the Bank, the fifth out of the big four, 100% of you're going to go home happy here.
I hope so. But yeah, I think it's going to be a good one, Nick. And I think we've done a really good job of just creating anticipation. But so many question marks. Congratulations to DIY.
Did we want to give a rating on Rampage? I'll give it a GPS out of 10.
I'll give it a GPA.
GPA. Fucking GPS. GPA. He was
2.
so indifferent and irrelevant, I fucked his name up.
Right. Yeah, I'll give him a 1.8 GPA on the out of 4. I believe that's how it works.
Yeah, what's the
Yes!
what's the failing grade?
I think 2.0 is anything below a 2.0 is a fail.
Okay, so then I'll give them a 1.9, just 100%. A 3.5 blue out of a 10 blue chews.
Yeah, I think Blue Chew was the star of Rampage tonight.
Yeah, at this point, I think we need to end it with I Blue Chew choose you. Of our shit is real, our shit is raw, our shit is authentic. When you talk about that wrestling, you better put that for life with it.
We got Money in the Bank, we got Heat Wave, we got so much. See you on the flip side. Come back tomorrow. Good night.